Catch the spirit of the game, the Hastings Sodbusters.
So proud of the guys, just kept clawing, kept fighting back, and I'm beyond proud of them.
He sends a high fly ball to deep right center field. No one's going to catch that. It is going way back, and that is out of here for a home run. Luke Cossey, a monster shot, clears the 405 sign. Our first home run at Duncan Field since 2023. Touch 'em all, Luke Cossey.
Our fans recognize that, and they know that it's a family atmosphere at our place, and that's what we like.
One run will score. Here comes a second run home. Johnston digging for third. He slides in, and the Sodbusters have a 3-0 lead as Weston Johnston scorches one over the head of Jake Daly.
All the credit to the guys in the dugout playing really, really hard, keeping it simple, throwing strikes on the mound, going right at kids, and then just keep it simple up at the plate. And all the credit to the guys for just busting their butts night in, night out.
Catch the spirit of the game, the Hastings Sodbusters.
The Hastings Sodbusters will play a doubleheader today, and they are right in the hunt for an ILB second half title. Thank you, Spearfish. Spearfish taking care of Casper each of the last 2 days. That means Hastings jumps a spot without even playing a game. Awahi 14-6, Spearfish 13-5, Hastings 11-6, and Casper falls to 13-9 as we head into the final weekend of the regular season. For Hastings, potential bad weather forced the postponement of yesterday's game with the Nebraska Prospects. That means it's a doubleheader with the Prospects today, as Hastings coming in 27-18 on the season. Prospects are 8-20, and Hastings trying to continue its domination of the Prospects. They have beaten this Prospects team all 5 times, including a run rule victory as they won the contest by a score of 13-3 in their most recent outing. Hastings will turn to their right-hander, Austin Raines, as they look for a win in the opening game of this twin bill. We have a couple of Sodbuster spotlights today. Ryan Valenta is going to be hearing from Josh West, and I'll have a visit with Brady Alexander as we bring you Sodbuster Baseball.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here.
I feel better already. The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
Ryan Valenta with another one of their Sodbuster Spotlight finales of this 2025 season. We're joined with one of these Sodbuster arms from the bullpen and the starting range. This is one of the two Joshes, Josh West. He is a Michigan native, joins us in Nebraska. We're just talking, Josh, your first summer in Nebraska. Well, welcome to the good life. First off, tell us a little bit about how you got your connection with the Hastings Sodbusters.
So I was just, relaxing at home for the summer, doing some workouts and whatnot. And my pitching coach texted me and asked if I wanted to come and join you guys. And so I was like, yeah, why not? Get some innings in, keep the arm loose. And it was way better than what I was doing at home. And I've never been out here, so.
Well, welcome. Did you have any plans of playing summer ball before you got that text, or were you going to be doing something else if you didn't get that text?
No, I was just going to take the summer off, really, and kind of just work out, focus on my craft.
All right. Tell us about your craft. You're a pitcher at Division III Alma College and just finished up your third year there. Tell us about your experience there and what you're hoping to accomplish here this summer, kind of a two-parter there.
So my freshman year, like many, it's tough, but once I got into the groove of everything, it was a lot of fun, making all those friends and meeting a bunch of new people. I had a pretty successful freshman year after dealing with an injury in the fall, so that was hard to work through that, but after that, then, I kind of got a hang of everything, and it's kind of been smooth sailing since.
All right. Anything on specific that you're looking to improve upon this summer? I mean, you had a really killer outing the other night as well. Anything in specific that you're hoping to take back to Michigan and be a little bit better at?
Just getting ahead in the counts for sure. That was kind of a struggle throughout my career so far. I start a lot of guys, 1-0, so falling behind, that's my biggest weakness, but being able to come right back 1-1 is a big key, and then just inducing that weak contact, which I did.
Talking with Josh West, one of the arms out of the Sodbuster bullpen. Let's talk about that special outing the other night against Fremont, where you're so close to putting a complete game effort in, but you looked really good on the mound in just your second start of the season. Talk about what has clicked for you this summer. What have you seen that has gotten better at?
For sure, my confidence. I always come out of the pen most of the time at Alma, so like being in those spots, it's way different than a starting role because there's already all that like pressure, I would say. So you're coming in and there's a bunch of adrenaline rolling, and then having my first start against the Zap, that was rough. I just didn't feel like everything was working, but coming back out here, I finally felt like I knew what I was doing as a starter, and then just being able to have 3 or 4 pitches working, that was the biggest thing. And once I got through the first inning, then I just felt like I was on a roll.
Tell us about your pitch arsenal and what do you throw, if there's anything you're experimenting on, and what your favorite pitch is to throw.
Right now, I throw a 2-seam fastball, a curveball, changeup, and then my last outing, I actually mixed in a cutter. We can call it a slider if you want, but I don't want to call it a slider because when I do, it tends to not move, so I'll just call it a cutter from now on. But I was working in the bullpen with Weston before the game, and I was like, hey, I'm just going to try this. And he was like, yeah, let's roll with it. And so we started, I think, almost every single batter with that cutter and got a lot of early weak contact. So I'm really proud of that. So I think I'm going to keep working with that and hopefully roll into the fall with it.
Very cool. From Josh West, one of the Sodbuster pitchers. Let's talk about hometown, Colon, Michigan. And we looked it up on Google, and that's, according to that, the magic capital, not of the country, but of the world. Can you tell us a little bit more about that and how true that is? Do you have any experience with the Magic back in your hometown?
So it is true, yes. It's the magic capital of the world. Every year, the first weekend in August, there's, we call it Magic Week. So magicians from all over the country, all over the world, they'll come in, they bring their campers, their RVs, whatever, and they just camp out and they shut down the whole main road, and it's just every spot you look, there's magic going on. So it's pretty cool to be a part of something like that. And I mean, growing up, we'd go to the magic shows and they would come and show us to them at the elementary school. But yeah, it was pretty cool to witness that.
I will say, have you personally or any family members participated in these shows or parades at all?
So my great-grandpa, he worked until he retired at Abbott Magic, which is just right in downtown Colon. And he would build like the optical illusion boxes. He would be in his workshop just trying to create something new all the time.
Very cool stuff. And let's talk about Alma College now. So you're so close to hopefully getting a degree. What are you studying right now, and what's your planned path of work when you graduate?
So I'm majoring in history, but I want to try and lean into more of education now. I think I want to do elementary education. I think that would be a good suit for me. I can get some summers off too, so that's a perk.
Is baseball in your future at all, that once you finish up school, or do you think the last spring or maybe another summer after this year might be your last?
So it's always hard to tell. I love the game. I want to keep playing as long as I can, but I'll be satisfied when it's all over, knowing that I did those extra 4 years, and not many people can say that they have. After that, I think, probably take a couple years off and try and get into coaching, maybe umpiring, because I love being around the game.
Very cool. It's Josh West. Do you follow any college teams in baseball that you like, or maybe a professional baseball team or player? Any baseball people that you're fond of?
Baseball team, I love the Tigers. It's great to see them doing well. Growing up, I really loved Justin Verlander. Still love him even after he had to leave, which I understand it happens. But he was a great guy that I always watched. And same with Derek Jeter. He was from near my hometown, so he was a really cool guy to watch growing up.
Very cool. So you're a pitcher. Do you know, or you have any other pitchers that maybe you watched a lot growing up?
Someone that I really liked just to watch on YouTube I like to watch Nolan Ryan. I always thought that he just had a crazy presence on the mound. He was always, in charge, and he never wanted to leave the game. And I kind of think of myself like that. I never want to leave the game. You know, if I'm out there, I'm out there to finish the job.
Very cool. We'll talk about a favorite memory you might have had from youth baseball, high school baseball, or even in college. Anything stand out as a memory that you'll never forget on the field?
I'd say my freshman year of college, we were in a playoff game, and they threw me out there to close the game, and I hadn't been in a moment like that. And there was a runner on first, and we had one out, and I got a ground ball right back to me, and I was able to turn the double play. So that was really exciting.
He's Josh West, enjoying his first summer in Central Nebraska. Ryan Valento with a Sodbuster Spotlight. We'll see you next time.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
Hastings Sodbusters baseball's in full swing, bringing you another fun-filled summer of high-level collegiate woodbat baseball at historic Duncan Field. A great way to spend a summer evening with your families at a Sodbusters baseball game. Go online to hastingssodbusters.com for their home game schedule or to purchase tickets. Hastings Sodbusters baseball. It's a hit.
Got the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
Welcome back to Sodbuster Baseball. The Brady Alexander interview, we're going to sneak that in between the second game of our doubleheader, as we will try to get that interview in. That had been Plan A today, but we're going to start at 4:30, so we want to make sure we get our starting lineups in for the Nebraska Sodbusters. And the Hastings Sodbusters and the Nebraska Prospects. Hastings coming in with a record of 27 wins, 18 losses, 11-6 in second half competition. The Prospects 8-20 and 3-7 in the second half. Starting lineups for Hastings: Brady Alexander leads off. He's the center fielder. It's Luke Causey in right field. Weston Johnston at third base, batting third. Then it's Cale Jensen in left field, batting fourth. Tyler Welch, the first baseman, batting fifth. Then it's Jackson Crane at second base. Jude Greaves doing the catching and batting seventh. Chase Miller, the shortstop, batting eighth. And Joey Hecker, the designated hitter, batting ninth. Austin Raines will get the start for the Hastings Sodbusters. The Nebraska Prospects start Paul Schuyler in center field. Ripken Fleck at second base. Mike Valdivia is the shortstop. Kobe Hatcher, the designated hitter. Nikolai French is the catcher and batting fifth. Then it's Jake Smolinski playing third base. Sean Robinson in right field. Cody Cizik at first base, and Isaac Borges in left field. J.D. Moffitt will get the start for the Nebraska Prospects. Picture-perfect day for two games here at Duncan Field, as temperatures 82 degrees, winds out of the north at 8 miles an hour, as they are going to be blowing from the left field corner to the right field corner. 370 down the left field line, 367 to right, 408 to straightaway center. And it's going to be 405 to the alleys as the Sodbusters and the Nebraska Prospects get set to go. Just getting set to roll here for this contest, the first of two. And Scott Galusha, owner general manager, with us now as an opportunity to hear from him before the game. Should be a lot of fun and a critically important twin bill for the Hastings Sodbusters.
Yeah, we didn't share that with our guys, really.
That's good.
Yeah, we've had a tendency to play a little tight when they know it's important, but I think they're all pretty smart kids and they understand. They've seen they all walked by the standings boards, so we know what's at stake here. The neat part about it is we really control our own destiny. If we can figure out how to go 5-0, we're playing Tuesday and Wednesday. If not, then we're going to need a little bit of help. But I tell you what, I'm not a betting man, but I think if there was a line in Vegas, I think we'd be the favorite. With who we play and what we have left, it's on our own bat. So we'll see if we can play good baseball here for the next 4 days. And if we do, we're going to have, for the first time, a playoff game at home next Tuesday night.
Should be a lot of fun, and you can't think about winning 5 games. You have to think about winning one game 5 times. So
that's right.
That will be the first challenge here today. And the Nebraska Prospects, I know they're going to be wanting to win, because this is a team that has knocked off other squads, but they're 0-5 against the Hastings Sodbusters, so it's a little different kind of feel that you've had your success against this team. Some of the other travel teams have bit you, but so far so good against the Prospects.
Yeah, we've played really good baseball against them, and there's been some pretty good games, but we've been able to get to their bullpen, and when we get to their bullpen, we've had some success. So we've had a little bit more depth right now in our pitching staff, which really helps us, especially as we get a little deeper in the game.
Sodbusters are going to be starting right-hander Austin Rains. He's 2-2 at 3.81 ERA, making his 9th appearance. 33 innings. He's allowed 23 runs, 14 of them earned. He's allowed 34 hits, struck out 26. He's walked 15 and hit 5. Opponents hitting .266 against Austin Rains. And defensively behind him, Sodbusters will have the first baseman Tyler Welch, Jackson Crane at second. Doing third base will be Weston Johnston. The shortstop is Chase Miller. In left field, Cale Jensen. Center fielder Brady Alexander. And in right field, it's Luke Causey. As we have just a picture-perfect day. Sodbusters in their green jerseys today with the yellow numbers. And the Prospects go with their white jerseys today, the powder blue numbers. They have a lot of different uniform combos there for the Prospects, as they'll be facing Schuyler, Fleck, and Valdivia. For Austin Rains, he was the losing pitcher against the Bison back on July 17th. Allowed 5 runs, 4 of those earned. Allowed 5 hits, struck out 8, walked 4, and hit 1. Just didn't get a whole lot of offensive help in that contest for Austin Rains.
Absolutely. He pitched good enough to win that game and probably should have won that game, but, it is what it is.
And we now see Paul Schuyler step to the plate. UNO guy, formerly from Cloud County Community College. He's a Bellevue East guy and off to a good start, as he hasn't played in as many games as some of the other prospects, and he comes in with a batting average of .474, 9 out of 17 on the year, a home run, a triple, a couple of doubles, and he takes the first pitch outside for ball 1 as our first pitch game time comes to you at 4:28, about 2 minutes early. 7-inning games here today with the doubleheader, and the pitch is popped up. Foul territory, Tyler Welch over to grab it. There's 1 out here in inning number 1.
The game plan is balls in the air and ground balls to short.
As Ripken Fleck will bat now with that whatever works.
Yes.
The way to get to 21 outs and you be in front. That's
right.
That's the key. Ripken Fleck, 329 for the summer. Couple of doubles for him. 14 runs batted in, 20 runs scored. The speedster on the team, 9 for 9 in stolen bases as the pitch misses for ball 1. This game by the numbers, the Sodbusters coming in, a team batting average of .262. Their team ERA at 4.47. The Prospects 2.36 on the season, and a team ERA of 8.40. 1-0 delivery, right across for strike, 1 ball and 1 strike on Ripken Fleck. As far as against one another, the Sodbusters 293 against the Prospects. Bouncing ball to the right side. That'll be handled by Welsh. So 2 have been hit to the first baseman.
Oh.
He steps on the bag, and was there a foul ball? There was not.
Yeah.
So
The hitter thought it hit his foot or was trying to sell it anyway, but that's good. Another nice, easy, never easy, but it's out with not a lot of stress and a good start for the Sodbusters.
Here's Mike Valdivia, 356 on the year, couple of home runs, 7 doubles, 13 runs batted in, and 13 runs scored. He's another good base stealer, 10 out of 12 as he takes the pitch for a strike. 1 strike to count. Sodbusters hitting .293 against the Prospects. Prospects just .198 against the Sodbusters. A team ERA for Hastings against the Prospects, 1.27, while the Prospects at 7.41. Hastings averaging a 9.8 to 2.4 victory every time they take the field in the 5 meetings so far against the Nebraska Prospects.
Well, let's take it and move on.
Yep. 0-2 pitch on the way. Misses outside. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Austin doesn't wow you really anywhere except for there's a category that I call competing, and that's what he does better than anything else. He just goes out there and gives you all he's got and keeps you in the ball games and deserved better than what he got his last time out. But we know we're going to get a good outing from him, and he's going to get us deep in the game today.
Brings home a 2-2 pitch, fouled away. He's going to Dodge City Community College for his first college stop. Another one of the graduating seniors. He's from Galveston's Ball High School. Potential math major, 4.0 guy in high school and looking forward to the college experience.
Yeah, JM is his coach. JM Kelly used to coach for us, and JM and his pitching coach are coming up today, so they should be here. I haven't seen them come in yet, but they're coming to watch Austin today.
As Rains, nice pipeline, getting a few Dodge City Community College guys during this recruiting cycle. As the pitch is fouled away, it remains 3 balls and 2 strikes. As we talked to one of the Joshes who had Dodge City Community College background, the guy is going to be going to, or is going to Missouri Western for his senior year. As get a chance to hear from him and during one of our Sodbuster spotlights in the near future. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch misses. Good at bat there for Valdivia, who battled off several pitches, and he will take a 2-out walk.
Yeah, it was just couldn't get that last one done, but a good job by Valdivia, fouling off some tough pitches and able to work a walk. Let's play through this though, see if we can get a ground ball here and get out of here with a 0 on the board.
Mentioned the other conquistador, that was Josh Nolte, who we'll hear from during our broadcast tomorrow. Pitch is popped up, but foul and out of play to Kobe Hatcher. Hatcher batting .212, 4 runs batted in, 5 runs scored. 1 for 4 against the Sodbusters during his time, just getting rolling the first game of a 7-inning doubleheader as we hear Sodbusters and the Nebraska Prospects for 2. Then 1 more tomorrow to close the home schedule. Then 2 on the road at Oahe Saturday and Sunday as the pitch misses inside to Hatcher.
It goes fast, doesn't it? I mean, we're done tomorrow and just 2 more games at home, and we're looking for the opportunity if we can get some things go our way this weekend to get a chance to play playoff baseball at Duncan Field.
Pitch fouled away, 1 ball and 2 strikes. His owner, General Manager Scott Galusha, joining us for a few innings today as Hastings closing out the home schedule. Apparently only one job for Scott today. Usually it's it's coaching or cooking or but right now just a chance to watch baseball, which doesn't happen very often.
No, it's beautiful, and I better knock on wood because something will happen. But again, very happy that I'm able to sit here with you. Always enjoy to watch a game from this perspective.
Runner goes, pitch sky to center field, not a problem for Brady Alexander as the Sodbusters survive the first. No score, no runs, no hits. 1 man left. We're at the bottom half of inning number 1. And the Prospects nothing. Hastings coming up, and this is Sodbuster Baseball.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot. And sometimes things happen. A tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now.
At Hastings College, we celebrate all the ways you shine. From more than 20 athletic teams to band, choir, theater, and art, plus esports, creative writing, speech, and media. Join in to earn a scholarship and find your people, the friends you'll hang out and have fun with. It's what makes Hastings great. So check out Hastings College, where your experience matters, in the classroom and in the activities you love to do. Visit us at hastings.edu.
We'll bring you Sodbuster Baseball. Right-hander J.D. Moffitt getting set to take the hill. He'll be making his 4th appearance, his 2nd start. 9 innings so far for him. He's 0-1. And he has allowed 16 runs, 15 of them earned on 12 hits. He has struck out 7, walked 7, and hit 5. His ERA at 11.67 for J.D. Moffitt. For the Nebraska Prospects, Moffitt coming in, he had lost to Hastings back on the 14th. It went 6 1/3 innings, allowing 5 runs on 6 hits. And struck out 5 that day while walking 2 and hitting 4. Sodbusters get hit by a lot, but we were talking about that. Oahe has actually been hit more than Hastings this year.
That's the first time in years. We usually lead. It's not even a horse race usually, but really happy for Jamie and the Zap up there. They've they've really turned it around, and they got a lot of momentum going, and happy for them because they haven't been in this position before. So it'll be interesting to see how they react this weekend against us, and then today and tomorrow against Fremont.
Here's Brady Alexander for the Hastings Sodbusters, getting set to go as right now Awahi at 14-6. Semi-tie with Spearfish. Spearfish percentage points ahead at 13-5 after they took 2 from Casper in Spearfish. The pitch taken for a ball, 1 ball and no strikes on Brady Alexander. 371 at his time with the Sodbusters. Couple of doubles, knocked in 6. He scored 12 times and a perfect 5 for 5 in stolen bases. Moffitt brings home a 1-0 pitch. Right back to Moffitt. He will throw to first, and Alexander is the first out here in inning number 1.
Really like Brady. He's done a nice job just fitting into that dugout really quick. You know, he played for the Plainsmen this summer, and actually we signed him before the season started. He knew he wanted to play the whole year, so we're happy to have him, and he's one of those guys that we've even talked to him about coming back. Not too many, but there's a few of them that we have offered, and Brady's one of them.
Here's Luke Causey. Has been hitting it really well. Had an inside the park home run to go along with one that left the yard earlier this year. Luke now batting at .297 with 2 home runs, 5 triples, couple of doubles, 26 runs batted in, 23 runs scored. Takes this one the other way into left center field, and getting underneath it is the left fielder. No problem there for Isaac Borges, and 2 quick outs here in the first. No score in the bottom half of inning number 1.
I like that, though. That's a good sign because Luke sometimes has a tendency to pull off the ball a little bit. And when he's able to stay on the ball and hit it the other way, I think that means he's seeing it well, and that's a good sign for the rest of the night.
Weston Johnston batting .326 on the year, leads the team in most of the offensive categories. As he takes ball 1 ball and no strikes, another of the Arkansas Tech players on this team. 4 triples, 7 doubles, 36 runs batted in, 29 runs scored. Causey leads him in both triples and home runs now. After his big return to the lineup, Causey able to come off a little knee injury and has come back hot, which is good news for the Sodbusters. Johnston now 6 for 19 against Nebraska this year with 3 multi-hit games. Overall, he's .259 during this homestand, 7 out of 27 ahead in the count here. Watches it go by for a strike, 2 balls, and 1 strike on Weston Johnston. Chris Giannuzio is the home plate umpire, and I like T. Smith's name much better than Chris Giannuzio.
Yeah, I tried to say that to you the first time, and then I called him Chris. So,
yes.
Yeah, that's a little bit easier.
Chris G and T, the 2 umpires today. We'll go with that. As the pitch fouled back to Weston Johnston. 2 balls and 2 strikes on the right-handed hitting Weston Johnston out of Van Alstyne, Texas. An ag business major. And the 2-2 delivery is fouled back. It remains 2 balls and 2 strikes on Weston Johnston. Hastings Sodbusters looking to go 10 games over 500 for the first time this year. They have been 9 games over 7 different times. Have not been able to get that elusive mark, and they're going to need to get 10, 11, 12 games over 500 in order to get into the playoffs in all likelihood. 2-2 pitch is fouled away. It got a piece of Johnston. Remains 2-2.
Good at bat for Weston here, seeing a lot of pitches. I think he'd like that breaking ball that he fouled right back at us. I think he'd like that one again because I think that was a mistake and something he could drive.
Bottom half of inning number 1, scheduled 7-inning contest after the rain out yesterday. And a 2-2 delivery is on the way, and a swing and a miss. And 1-2-3 go the Sodbusters against Moffitt in the first. No scores. We'll have the second inning next. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Core CPAs is your locally owned, full-service accounting firm. Our team of professionals have years of accounting experience and focus on building in-depth relationships with our clients. Our comprehensive and customized solutions are tailored to your specific needs. We pride ourselves in our commitment to integrity, objectivity, and professionalism. At Core CPAs, we provide tax services, payroll, bookkeeping, assurance and financial reporting, and much more. Visit our website at corecpas.us.
Blue Fork Kitchen features elevated comfort food in a family-friendly, fast casual environment. With a full menu, you can sit down for a nice meal or order online for pickup. From salads and wraps to burgers and steaks, Blue Fork Kitchen has your kind of food. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10 p.m., with a special brunch buffet Sunday from 9 to 2 p.m. Blue Fork Kitchen is located in the Cimarron Plaza, 38th and Osborne Drive in Hastings. Like them on Facebook.
Welcome back to Duncan Field. 406, 408 to straightaway center, 405 to the alleys, 367 to right, 370 to left. And wind blowing lightly out to the right field corner today as Austin Rains will toe the hill for his second inning of work. 17 pitches thrown for Austin in his first outing, and J.D. Moffitt looked really good in his first inning, going 11 pitches and setting down the Sodbusters in order. When Hastings has been beaten by some of these travel teams, it seems like it's been a real offensive struggle, and some guys just have the big days on the mound against Hastings. You'll hope this is not one of those days for J.D. Moffitt. Still early in this one, as we will see French, Smolinski, and Robinson bat against the right-hander Austin Rains.
I feel like I don't mind the at-bats we had early. I didn't see some of that tendency that we have from time to time, but
pop up on the first pitch. Luke Causey has this one measured from Nikolai French, and he is one pitch, one out. Love that one when you're trying to make your way through a late season homestand.
Those are my favorite. One pitch outs is great. And one pitch action, as a matter of fact, I love it. So Austin did a good job the other night doing that too. We were trying to get him deep in the game, and didn't end like we wanted it to, but he was really good at getting ahead and getting early action.
Jake Smolinski swings and misses here, one way out of the zone. 208 for the summer for him with a double and 7 runs batted in, 12 runs scored. Watches this one go by for a ball. He does not have any hits against the Hastings Sodbusters, 0 for 7 in the 5 games combined this year. Also a pitching candidate as well. A lot of these guys asked to pitch even if they're not pitchers. You see this team now, they may be a little more stocked in the bullpen today as they have 2 new guys joining the team, both of those guys pitchers. 1-2 delivery on the way, and the pitch is taken high and outside, but it seems like they have a designated starter, and then if it's not going well, it's going to be a position player late in the game. They just have had a little bit of trouble with the pitching depth during the course of their seasons. 2-2 pitch is high for ball 3, and consequently we've seen games get away from them, particularly when they played up in Spearfish and Casper, those small ballparks, and it was really tough when you're giving up 20-plus runs, and probably guys who likely say, all right, you're going to be in there until you get 3 outs or run out of pitches.
Attaway, Austin.
Swing and a miss. Smolinski goes down on strikes, and 2 quick outs here in inning number 2.
Like everything about Austin, he works very fast. He's around the strike zone. He's going to have to, I think he's going to grow. He's going to get stronger, so he's going to probably add a little velocity. Got to come up with a little bit of an out pitch because right now he just he's got 2 that he goes with. But I think, I know one thing for sure, that JM's going to get a kid that's going to work really hard.
Sean Robinson up there now, batting 118 for the summer. And Austin hitting 85 to 88 with the fastball so far. And the off speed between 67 and 70. FlightScope stats sponsored by Eagle Distributing. 2-0 the counts and the pitch. On the inside corner for a strike, 2 balls and 1 strike on Sean Robinson. Robinson, a couple of hits against the Hastings Sodbusters, including one in the last outing, 1 for 3 with the run scored, and lines this one foul. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes on Sean Robinson as Rains trying to complete a 3-up, 3-down inning. Just 1 base runner. That was a walk back in the first. Sodbusters went 1-2-3 in their half of inning number 1. Huge doubleheader for the Sodbusters. 2-2 pitch. Hit hard. Fair ball. Knocked down by the third baseman. The pickup. The throw to first is not going to be in time. Really well played by Sodbuster Weston Johnston, but just could not get enough on it to get it over to get out Sean Robinson.
Just wasn't hit hard enough. He did a nice job. Had to go backhand that one on the line, and a long throw and a good throw. Both ends played well. Just not enough time there.
Here's Cody Cizek. He's the first baseman, batting in the right-handed spot. Another one of those two-way players. He pitched against the Sodbusters 2 days ago. As runner at first, 2 men out, Rains brings it home. Pitch off the inside part of the plate, got away from the catcher, throw down to second base. Not going to be in time, but it bounces away from Luke Ray, from Jackson Crane, the second baseman for the Hastings Sodbusters. As Crane getting, I never even put that together. Is Jackson Crane's that his first start at second base?
Yes,
I don't
it
remember.
is first.
Yeah.
You know, that's where he played a lot in high school. He does not play that much in college, but just wanted to move a few pieces around today, and had a guy who wanted a little bit of a break. So a small adjustment and just a little bit different look. But that's what you get at the end of the year. You're gonna have to do some things that maybe you didn't completely think you were going to do. And actually, Joey Hecker's done a pretty nice job at third, at least in the last week for sure. So happy for him as well.
He's another guy. I visited with him. He'll be. We'll have him as a player profile tomorrow. Can play center field. He's caught in his high school days. He can pitch. He hasn't pitched here for the Sodbusters. 1-1 delivery, and the ball is right on the inside corner for strike 2. But Jackson Crane. Yeah, I just think, okay, Arkansas Tech guy is going to be at second base. It's just, okay, it's Vega or it's Luke Ray, and no, that's Jackson Crane. Okay.
Thank you.
As the runner goes, the pitch is fouled away, or it's actually hit in the air to right field. Going back and making the grab is Luke Causey. I thought that was headed foul. It stayed fair and nearly went to the wall. What contact there for Cody Cizik. He lines out to right field, and another run-saving play for Luke Causey. We've seen several of those for the Hastings Sodbusters. So no runs, 1 hit, 1 man left. We'll talk more about that when we come back. No score. This is Sodbuster Baseball. Make your next pit stop at the Coach's Corner. A friendly staff and a deep lineup of snacks. You can find Coach's Corner in North Hastings on Osborne Drive East. More than just a gas station, Coach's Corner is the place to get delicious pizza made fresh for you and your family. Don't take our word for it. It's so good it'll be featured at selected Sodbuster home games this season. For a convenient and clean experience, be sure to check out the new convenience store in North Hastings, Coach's Corner. This is Sodbuster Baseball as the Hastings Sodbusters. They are in a scoreless tie with the Nebraska Prospects. Steve Stein, Scott Galusha with us now. And you started to mention before we left about Luke Causey and his play out in right field.
Just, he's probably our best first baseman right now, but we just can't take him out of the outfield. And I thought he was cruising on that ball. I thought that ball was going to be a pretty easy play, but he ended up getting turned around a little bit and made a nice play. The ball seems to be carrying a little bit to right field tonight, which is not really the norm, but another nice play by Luke Causey.
It is light wind, but it's blowing toward the right field corner today, which is usually the opposite, so that even kind of amplifies when you're used to having the wind in your face and it's blowing out. As the pitch is in there to Cale Jensen, Central City guy, and now going to be headed to Illinois, Chicago for his next college stop. Cale heading 232 with a home run, couple of triples, a double, and 12 runs batted in, and swings and fouls the pitch away. Quickly 2 strikes on Cale Jensen. You'd love to see him get hot this final weekend for the Hastings Sodbusters.
Yeah, he's still our most dangerous hitter probably. I know Luke Causey has pretty gaudy numbers, and Johnson's been steady all year long. But when there's that's the one guy I know people circle on the game plan against us.
0-2 pitch on the way, and watches this one go by for ball 1, and why not? Because Cale Jensen this past spring hit over 360 for Northeast Community College. Spent a couple of years there. He's had plenty of college. He got about all he could out of his 2+ years there and his year at North Dakota State. So he has his associates. He's got a personal training degree. Now going to be off to study kinesiology and may go to chiropractic school when it's all said and done. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Cale Jensen. The pitch is inside, and it's 3-2. Jensen working all the way back to full against J.D. Moffitt.
I feel, I was telling this too, I feel like the more pitches he sees, the better he is. He swings early sometimes and kind of gets himself out from time to time, but when he sees a lot of pitches, I think he's really good.
3-2 pitch on the way from J.D. Moffitt. He works out of the stretch and brings it home. Ball 4. So leadoff walk, and of course, like most teams, you're better when you're getting free passes, but it seems like the Sodbusters excel when they getting hit by pitches, walking, stealing bases, and we'll see how they do with the leadoff man aboard and Tyler Welsh coming to the plate.
Yep.
Nikolai French, the catcher. He would be challenged here. We'll see if they turn J.D. loose or let Welsh see a few pitches. Moffitt now with 4 straight out of the zone. It may be a selective Tyler Welsh who comes to the plate now for the Hastings Sodbusters, batting 180 for the summer, and he takes outside for ball 1. Couple of multi-hit games for Tyler.
You know, the 180 is not a very impressive number, but he's been really good, or he's been very solid in the last 2.5 or 3 weeks. He got off to a poor start, but he's hit the ball well. And matter of fact, he hit the ball pretty hard, and several times in the last week or so, and hadn't got anything to show for it. So happy that he's done a good job here in the last stretch of the season.
217 on the homestand for him, 5 out of 23, 3 for 13 against Nebraska, and he's been very patient here, and he's ahead in the count 3-0. Mentioned the fact he just saw Cale Jensen take 4 in a row out of the zone, so Tyler not expanding the zone here, and now likely has a take sign at 3-0 here in the bottom half of inning number 2. The pitch right there for strike 1.
Yep, good take. Missed that 7 in a row, so got to make him come to you. And now we're looking for 1 pitch, 1 spot here from him.
Bottom half of inning number 2, scheduled 7-inning game. And the pitch popped up. Foul territory and playable as over to make the grab. That will be Cody Cizik. And a disappointing outcome for Welsh. 1 on, 1 out now for Jackson Crane.
Yeah, had a chance there. I just missed it. A good pitch to swing at, just missed it that time.
Here comes Crane, batting 243. A couple of triples for him, 5 doubles, 20 runs batted in, 16 runs scored. He's 4 for 11 against Nebraska this year. And this homestand, 5 out of 16 for a 312 batting average. Did have a multi-hit game against the Bison last Friday. 2 for 4 with a run scored. Jensen goes, takes the pitch, and Jensen down to second base and will be out. Nice throw there for Nikolai French. Put it right on the money, and 2 outs now for the Hastings Sodbusters.
I'm not sure that wasn't a miss signed by Mr. Crane. I'm not completely sure. I glanced at Josh, so I feel like that may have been a hit and run.
Well, we'll see what Crane can get done now with the bases empty and 2 outs, and that won't make the third base coach very happy. They like the fundamentals and like to put runners in motion and find a way, because Crane is pretty good about hitting that right side gap on a hit and run when the second baseman goes to cover. 1 ball and 1 strike the count on Jackson Crane as the pitch is fouled away. 1-2 now on Crane. So Moffitt a chance to get through this inning facing the minimum after he set him down 1-2-3 in the first.
Yeah, disappointing. We had 3-0. We had runner on first base, 3-0 to the second hitter. Looked like we were going to mount a little bit of a threat there and couldn't quite get it done.
And you miss early opportunities in a 7-inning game, and all of a sudden you look up and it's late. Crane gets hit by a pitch, leads the team in that category. He's probably not going to get caught now. Drew Vega was the closest to him, and he's gone. And Crane, I think now 14 times he's been hit by a pitch.
Yeah, Drew might be watching. He's on the beach. You know, this has been planned for a while. We hate to see him go. He's our leader. Been a great player for us for 2 years, and just a quality kid.
Here's Jude Greaves standing in the right-handed box, batting 236 on the year. Couple of doubles, 6 runs batted in, 17 runs scored, and the pitch is taken inside for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes on Jude Greaves, hitting 4 for 13 against Nebraska this year. This current homestand, 3 out of 15.
I thought he had some nice swings the other night, and so hopefully he's seeing it a little bit better, because we need some guys to – it would make it easier if we got some guys that be on a little bit of roll here for the next few days.
Here's the pitch. It's odd this time of year. Usually you're out of pitchers, but the Sodbusters, not many position players, and really in pretty good shape for the final few games of the regular season from a pitching standpoint.
Yeah, we're actually going to we're gonna have to work to get everybody a couple innings here in the last 4 days. That's definitely not a typical problem that we have at this time of year.
Pitch inside, and that hits Jude Greaves. We saw Moffitt his last outing kind of get into some of those grooves, if you will, where he struggled inside. He's not a side armor, but he kind of gets that feeling at a time. He had 4 his last outing against the Sodbusters. So here's a disappointing stat if the Sodbusters cannot score. They've received a walk and 2 hit batsmen in the inning, but still nothing home, and it'll be Chase Miller at the plate now with runners at first and second at 2 men out.
Yeah, he gets a little bit with his mechanics. Moffitt does, and when he loses his mechanics a little bit, he's going to lose that arm side just because of his angle that he throws it and kind of where his hips and his shoulders are going. So that's going to be his miss. We'll see if he overcorrects here. A lot of times you might see something down and away if he tries to overcorrect that a little bit.
Moffitt out of Northeast Community College. He went to high school at Millard West. First and second, 2 outs. Sodbusters trying to come through in the second inning of a scoreless tie. The pitch across for strike. No balls and 1 strike on Chase Miller. Has been very patient at the plate. His batting average not that great, but has found a way to get on and contributes no matter where he is in the lineup. Now batting .214, but had 3 runs scored in the last outing, but went 0 for 2, walked 3 times, and came in 3 times.
Yeah, he's just got better and better, too, as the year went on. He didn't play very well at the early part of the year, and we kind of forced him into some action on a trip out to Casper, and since then he's just kind of taken the bull by the horns and been a leader for us out there, especially defensively.
1-1 pitch on the way and fouls it away. He's an accounting major, guy who is going to Saginaw Valley State. From Indiana, a big Hoosiers fan, likes the Chicago White Sox in baseball.
I did not know that. That's probably good. That I wouldn't want to know he's from Indiana. I'm going to give him some crap about that.
1-2 pitch for Moffitt is on the way. Fouled back. It remains 1 ball and 2 strikes on Chase Miller. And the geography of it all, I'm thinking Indiana and Michigan, how close are they? It's only about a 4-hour trip to Saginaw Valley State from his hometown.
That's one of my new favorite schools is Saginaw Valley State. Coach I really like, and we've got some really good players from them, but really just quality people. Zane Wilson was a good human for sure, and played better at the end of the stretch. Of course, Chase is a good guy, and Ryan Jarvis, and then I can never think of our pitcher from them last year. He was catcher, pitcher, and ended up being a real good pitcher for us. Massar, yeah.
And Ethan Marshall's about as good a guy as you're going to meet either.
Absolutely.
He's a really good kid. A cardiac therapy major is Ethan Marshall.
I asked him to spell that the other day, and he wasn't sure. I said, what the heck are you studying? And he said that. Made him say it twice.
3-2 pitch now. Runners are going to be off with the pitch, except to look back to second base, and a good job there for Jackson Crane not to cheat. Jude Greaves at first. Want to make sure that Moffitt's coming home, but if Miller finds a way to gap one, Sodbusters could get 2 home here. Runners will go, and a pitch swung on and miss, and Moffitt works around a lot of control issues here in the second to put a 0 on the board. We head to inning number 3. Still no score, and this is Sodbuster Baseball.
Got the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
Get the ultimate fan experience at a Hastings Sodbuster game this summer. Enjoy high-level collegiate summer wood bat baseball at the beautiful and historic Duncan Field in Hastings. Baseball and a whole lot more. Affordable family fun. That's what the Sodbusters and the Independence League are all about. Sodbuster Baseball. It's your team.
Got the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
Bring you Sodbuster Baseball as we head to the 3rd inning. It's Steve Stein and our owner, general manager of the Sodbusters, Scott Galusha, joining us, breaking in Hugo Basco as he is our producer today, still working through some kinks, but it's all about education, Scott Galusha, here in the summertime.
Absolutely.
Guys are learning baseball, guys are learning broadcasting, and I'm even learning how to enjoy artificial intelligence sometimes. No, I still don't like that. That's
No.
just that scares me.
It is.
Me.
It's amazing, is what it is, and almost too much. But I don't think it's going anywhere. So we're going to have to figure out how to adapt to that, I think.
Oh, it's not going anywhere. We'll be all living in bunkers when the machines take over, and you just got to watch out. So.
Well, luckily we're both old guys, so hopefully we can.
I'll be among the first wave. It's like my wife. She always says the zombie movies. She is going to go to be with the zombies. She's not going to run away from the zombies. She's too old to be fighting the.
I think I'm going to fight.
Are you going to fight?
Yeah, I think so. I like competition, so let's see what we can do. But yeah, it's a scary thing for sure, and it's every day something. I read a story that I'm like, I can't even hardly believe that, but it's part of life right now.
Yep. Here comes Isaac Borges, number 9 hitter for the Nebraska Prospects, as he'll stand at the right-handed box, hitting 167, a run batted in, and 3 runs scored. Has gone 2 for 9 against Hastings, no score. And strike 1 is the call to Borges. As the only hit of the game, an infield single from Robinson. The pitchers have controlled things through the first 2 frames. Scheduled 7-inning contest. Hope to find a way to get a crooked number on the board and take some pressure off here in the first game. You mentioned before we went on Marcus Miller's plan today. Is that can we reveal Marcus Miller, the right-handed pitcher or the left-handed pitcher for the Hastings Sodbusters, what his role will be today?
Yeah. So Marcus had some stitches in his leg. He had a wrestling match with a lawnmower, and so had 13 nice play. Another early stretch over there from Welsh, but what made a nice play by Weston Johnson. But anyway, so he wasn't sure. He was supposed to go earlier in the week, wasn't sure. Feels pretty good today, so he's going to kind of test it today in game 2. He's going to start on the mound in game 2, but the plan is he's only going to throw 30 pitches or less, because as long as that leg is not bothering him, he's going to turn around and start the game tomorrow.
Okay.
That's the plan with him. We'll just kind of see how he feels. I talked to him before the game a little bit, so I think he's feeling fine, but just wants to test it full speed and see what happens game-like scenario.
After Isaac Borges grounded out to Weston Johnston at third, back to the top of the order for Paul Schuyler. Very dangerous hitter, and it's 2-0 his way after he popped it up to the first baseman his first time up. No score in the third. The Sodbusters and Prospects squaring off in a 7-inning doubleheader, and you don't want to say it's must-win, but it would be pretty nice if Hastings would find a way to win not only 1 but 2 today, and get set to go for a huge weekend. 2-1 delivery is hit hard to left field. That's a base hit off the bat of Paul Schuyler.
That's what you do at Duncan Field. You try to find the barrel and not try to overswing. And when you do that, there's a lot of room out there in the outfield, and that was a good at bat by him, and I'm glad Austin made him earn it, but now we need to get a ground ball, see if we can get the lead runner.
Here's Ripken Fleck, as it is 1 on and 1 out here in inning number 3. Ripken Fleck, one of the all-name guys in this conference, and he drills it to right field. And there will be runners at first and second. They have seen Luke Causey. He has erased some base runners, and smart move there for Schuyler, even with his speed, to not try to go first to third there.
Yeah, swinging early that time and got a fastball in the inner half. Did a good job at turning on it, but that stop sign up from Gabe, their coach, was up quick. They weren't going to test. We're going to test Causey.
Here is Mike Valdivia, who walked his first time up, so first major challenge faced by Raines here as he brings home the delivery, and that's low and in the turf, and it gets away from the catcher. And on to second and third on the wild pitch will be Schuyler and Fleck, as Greaves could not bring it in, and now any old ground ball to a middle infielder, and the Prospects can grab the lead.
Yeah, unfortunate there. I'm not quite sure what happened. Just because Jude's going out there, I feel like they had a miss on a sign. Jude was expecting something different, and so we'll get that cleaned up. And I think Josh is going to just come out here and make sure that we know what we're going to do here. We're going to try to minimize here. I would guess we're going to play corners in and see if we can get a ground ball to third or first and see if we can cut that run. Otherwise, I think we just try to take it out up the middle and try to minimize things.
No runs, 3 hits for the Prospects. No runs, no hits for the Sodbusters, as Moffitt off to a good start on the mound, even though he walked 1 and hit 2. Caught stealing loomed very large in the bottom half of that second, and now the Prospects second and third, only 1 man out as they bat their 3, 4, and 5 hitters. Valdivia, a great chance to bring one home here for the Prospects. He's an Iowa Western guy, went to high school at Millard West.
He's a good hitter.
Righty-lefty matchup here as Raines brings it home, and that's across for strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. As the Prospects have some good guys from the metro area, most of them from the Omaha area, a few outside of there. Got a Norris guy who pitched yesterday, guy from Seward on the team, a few Lincoln guys. Counting out 2 balls and a strike.
You never know who they're going to have when they show up. He's like, I just asked for how many guys, and then that's your job to figure out who's actually who.
2-1 delivery, and a couple of years ago they had some Arkansas guys who were just outstanding, go along with several Division I guys. They were as good as it gets in the Independence League 2 years ago.
They were loaded.
25-9, and the Sodbusters won 4 against that team, so nearly half of their losses coming against the Sodbusters. And quite frankly, that team was a lot better. It's weird the way baseball works. They only went 5-4 against Hastings. The rest of the league only beat them 5 times. 3-2 pitch on the way. Hit hard into right field, a base hit. 1 run will score. A second run will not be asked to score. There will be runners at the corners as Luke Causey up with it in a hurry, but 3 straight have reached, and the Prospects take a 1-0 lead on the RBI single from Mike Valdivia.
Well, you get 3-2, and you gotta make something happen, and Valdivia did a nice job at, again, not doing too much, just putting the bat on the ball and serving it to right field. And now we got to do a good job at minimizing here. We need a ground ball at a middle infielder, or actually any infielder for that matter, and see if we can get out of here with just 1.
Kobe Hatcher at the plate now. He flew out to center his first time up. Runners at the corners, only 1 man out and 1 run home. There is left-handed action for the Hastings Sodbusters. As the pitch popped up, foul territory, no chance for Welch. No balls and a strike on Kobe Hatcher, who is trying to come through and get the second run home. Hatcher just .212 on the year. He's a Creighton Prep guy going to Iowa Western. Creighton Prep, one of the teams, going to be involved in the National Division State American Legion tournament up in Grand Island beginning on Saturday. 0-1 delivery, and that is hit high in the air, short right field. Luke Causey coming on. He'll make the catch. They will not try to test the arm of Causey. Throw comes in, it gets away, but a great job for Raines to be playing his spot right behind Greaves. They do save a run there. F9 on the putout, and runners at the corners with 2 outs now for Nikolai French.
Good fundamental baseball, and those are things that don't always show up in the box score, but are tremendously important in terms of trying to keep your team in the game there.
See how the Prospects play it here with runners at the corners. Valdivia's got good speed. They turn him loose. So he tries to get in scoring position, or maybe get caught in a rundown and get another run home. Pitch in the turf. It gets away from Greaves, and a run will score on the wild pitch, and that hurts. Through the wickets, and 1 ball and no strikes, and 2-0. The Prospects have taken the lead.
Those were the ones that bothered me. I thought we did a nice job up to that point, trying to minimize, making them get a 2-out hit to put a crooked number up there. But a gift run for them in a short game is problematic.
And now French, a chance to get another one home if he could get a single to the outfield, and the count 2 balls and no strikes the way of Nikolai French. French, South Dakota State player. He's from Omaha West Side. 2-0 delivery on the way. High fly ball, but foul and out of play, and it goes to 2-1. Another game between these two teams, then they'll wrap up their series tomorrow. And meanwhile, Oahe playing at Fremont. 2 huge games there. Fremont's been eliminated from playoff contention, but they can certainly be a spoiler the next couple of days for the Zap, who control their own destiny. It's interesting that you've got the Sodbusters and the Zap basically controlling whether they make the playoffs or not, because they play each other the last 2 games of the regular season. Casper lurking in the mix as well. Bouncing ball up to the left side. That is into left field for a base hit. Another run will score as the throw will be cut off. It's an RBI single for French as he bounces one beyond the reach of the shortstop as Chase Miller couldn't come up with it, and it is 3-0 Prospects.
Not hard contact, but just in the right spot. And thought we might have a play at the plate there, but we cut it. So we just got to get out of here now and get the bats going. Got to get back in the game. I say this all the time. When we hit the bottom of the third, we don't need them all back, but we need to put some pressure on them for sure and make sure they know we're not going anywhere.
Jake Smolinski takes strike one. He was a strikeout victim his first time up. The lone strikeout of Austin Raines, who's walked one and now up to 55 pitches and has not completed the top of the third. Swung on and missed quickly, 2 strikes on Smolinski. Austin Raines, the future Dodge City Community College conquistador. Be wearing the purple and gold next year. 0-2 delivery, down low. Playing the Jayhawk Conference, a lot of folks from Nebraska end up there. Cloud County has been a big pipeline from this area in Concordia, not too far of a drive. 1-2 pitch on the way. Called strike 3, so Raines gets out of this, but does allow 3 runs on 4 hits. And 1 man left at the bottom half of inning number 3. 3-0 Prospects. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Hastings Sodbusters baseball's in full swing, bringing you another fun-filled summer of high-level collegiate woodbat baseball at historic Duncan Field. A great way to spend a summer evening with your families at a Sodbusters baseball game. Go online to hastingssodbusters.com for their home game schedule or to purchase tickets. Hastings Sodbusters baseball. It's a hit.
Got the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot. And sometimes things happen. A tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back, or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. FiskChiropracticSportsClinic.com. Start feeling better now.
We head to the bottom half of inning number 3. The Hastings Sodbusters on the short end of a 3-0 game. They'll have 9-1-2 up there against J.D. Moffitt. And so much of a different mentality when you're pitching in front. Moffitt struggled with his ERA this year, but staked to a 3-run lead. And he tries to put a 0 on the board. For the Sodbusters, had all kinds of opportunities in the second, but could not score, and still looking for their first hit against J.D. Moffitt.
Yeah, we need to take advantage of those opportunities. And again, we got to put some good at-bats together. We need to put a little pressure on them, see if we can't get to the bullpen. We know we have an advantage out there, but we've got to do a better job at the plate this second time through the lineup.
As Hastings playing the first of 2 today. Next game scheduled for about 6:35 or a half hour after this one's over. And then Hastings and the Prospects will play a 6:35 game tomorrow. It's kind of interesting. I know that the Oahe was supposed to be at Fremont earlier in the week. They moved those to Thursday and Friday, which I thought was a great break for Hastings because Oahe's going to have to travel as well to get back home, so not going to have the advantage of waiting for the Sodbusters all week.
Yeah, hopefully that's a factor, but that was a unique scheduling thing. I'm not sure. I think it was weather related, but I'm glad they're going to get a chance to get those games in today. But right now we've got to take care of business on the turf at Duncan.
Here's Joey Hecker, left-handed hitter, and taking strike 1 and watching the second pitch go by for ball 1. Joey Hecker, Pullman, Washington guy, going to be headed to his hometown school of Washington State. He will be in our spotlight tomorrow. And Joey Hecker, 273, and lines this one down the left field line for a base hit. Hecker around first. He's headed to second. Here comes the throw, and Hecker is going to be out. How about the job for the Prospects left fielder Isaac Borges with the cannon? So instead of a runner at first, nobody out. 1 man out as Borges guns down Hecker after he had the initial hit of the game for the Sodbusters.
Heck of a throw, and that wasn't very close. A good job coming up for Borges to get over there quickly. Looked like a double off the bat, and I know Joey was running hard, but exceptional play out there in left field.
So disappointment for the Sodbusters. They've lost 2 on the bases in the last 2 innings. You play that aggressive ball, sometimes it's going to go your way, sometimes it's not. And unfortunately, back-to-back innings, the Sodbusters lose a base runner. Here's Brady Alexander up there now. And an 0-1 pitch is fouled away. Quickly 2 strikes on Alexander. Joey Hecker mentioned the fact that he is a graduate of a high school in Pullman, going to be playing for Washington State. Good interview, really relaxed kid, and has come on down the stretch when he's gotten more playing time. 0-2 delivery on the way. This is bounced to the left side. Third baseman's got it on a couple of hops. The throw to first in time as Jake Smolinski takes care of Brady Alexander, and quickly 2 outs here in the third.
Yeah, good 90 by Brady. He was hustling hard, made a close play down there. But again, 2 outs and no pressure on the prospects right now.
Here's Luke Causey trying to get a 2-out rally started. We've seen Hastings come up with some nice 2-out rallies during this homestand. Needing one here, and they're going to need a rally late in this one. It's just a 7-inning contest, and right now the Prospects are off to a really good start. 3-0 the lead as they scored all of their runs in the top of their inning. And Causey down to the count, no balls and 1 strike.
That's Causey's weakness right there. That's a pitch that a lot of lefties struggle with. It's called the back foot breaking ball. And that was an excellent location by Moffitt there.
Accounting or personal finance is potential profession of choice once he's done at Arkansas Tech. Luke Causey out of White House, Texas. 5 for 13 against the Prospects and 428 on this homestand. So he had been swinging it really well. Had that inside the park home run that one-hopped the fence and becomes a guy who is on a rare list. I don't think there is probably a list, but guys who've hit the ball out of Duncan Field and have an inside-the-park home run. I can't imagine there being very many people who have done this, but he'll go down on strikes this time. And another good inning for J.D. Moffitt as the Sodbusters send the minimum to the plate against the Prospects. No runs and 1 hit. We head to the 4th. It is still 3-0 Nebraska. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
At Hastings College, we celebrate all the ways you shine. From more than 20 athletic teams to band, choir, theater, and art, plus esports, creative writing, speech, and media. Join in to earn a scholarship and find your people, the friends you'll hang out and have fun with. It's what makes Hastings great. So check out Hastings College, where your experience matters, in the classroom and in the activities you love to do. Visit us at hastings.edu.
Core CPAs is your locally owned, full-service accounting firm. Our team of professionals have years of accounting experience and focus on building in-depth relationships with our clients. Our comprehensive and customized solutions are tailored to your specific needs. We pride ourselves in our commitment to integrity, objectivity, and professionalism. At Core CPAs, we provide tax services, payroll, bookkeeping, assurance and financial reporting, and much more. Visit our website at corecpas.us.
Welcome back to Sodbuster Baseball as we head to the 4th inning. A pitching change is brought to you by Joyride Pedal Company. Looking for a unique way to celebrate, sip, and cruise through town? Joyride Pedal Company has the ultimate 14-passenger party bike. You can get details at joyridepedalco.com. Sodbusters will turn to Xander Hardy. 0-1, a 3.38 ERA. He's making his 4th appearance. 8 innings. He's allowed 5 runs, 3 of those earned. He's allowed 8 hits, struck out 6, walked 3, and hit 2. Opponent sitting 267 off the Hastings College guy who previously went to Southwestern Oregon Community College. He's from Cheyenne, Wyoming. His last outing coming against the Bison on the 18th when he went 1 inning and allowed no runs, no hits, struck out 2. Trying to put a 0 on the board. It's getting late. It doesn't feel like it, but it's the 4th inning of a 7-inning game, and you're down by 3 already. Really critical that Xander Hardy stops this Prospect attack.
He was really good the other night against the Bison. Really good. Came in throwing strikes, and he's tough arm angle and pretty decent velocity.
Pitch fouled away for strike 1. No balls and 1 strike. They got really good swings against Austin Raines last inning. 3 runs on 4 hits, making the Sodbusters pay for a late inning wild pitch. It brought home a run. It got another runner in scoring position, and then that subsequently would be turned into a run on an RBI single. Pitch is missing there. Xander Hardy trying to find a way against Sean Robinson, who had an infield single his first time up, and 1 ball and 1 strike the count on Sean Robinson. Xander Hardy, returning player for the Hastings Sodbusters, brings this pitch a little bit low. 2 balls and 1 strike on Xander Hardy. Hardy had some innings last year, but he was still trying to figure out where to go and decided to stick around Central Nebraska. 2-1 delivery, bounce to the left side. Going to be a tough play. It's going to be picked up by Johnston. He'll throw to first in time. Weston Johnston's played a good third base today, and a nice job stretching out there to grab it for Tyler Welch. There's 1 out.
Good play. Had to go deep in the hole to get it. That was the only play. If it got to Milner, there's no way they were going to throw him out. So, nice play by Weston to get that leader.
Here's Cody Cizik. He hit it on the button the last time. It certainly carried well to right field. Luke Causey had to make a miraculous catch to keep the Prospects off the board that inning, but then they would come back and get 3 the next frame. Off speeder across for a strike, no balls, and 1 strike the count on Cody Cizik.
You know, if you're a pitcher and you come play here for summer baseball and you're not sure where to go, why wouldn't you want to come play here? This is the greatest place in the world to pitch.
You bet.
What a great atmosphere. And you know, we got a new coach, Victor Rojas. I've yet to shake his hand. I've talked to him several times, and I really think he's the right guy for the job. I'm going to have to rebuild this, but I think they can do good things here.
Pitch swung on and missed as he jumps in front of Cody Cizik. Cizik, Northwestern Iowa, his college. He went to Papillion La Vista South. Saw time on the hill a couple of days ago. 1 2/3 innings, allowing 3 runs on just 1 hit. And the pitch taken outside. He really struggled with his control in that one. 5 walks as the Prospects overall just had a heck of a time throwing strikes. They've not been in that situation for the most part today. We've seen 2 hit batsmen and a walk, but the Sodbusters haven't taken advantage of those opportunities. And consequently, Hastings has been held off the board. Just 1 hit so far through the first 3 innings.
Yeah, like I said, it's getting late. We're halfway through here, so we've got to put some pressure on them. Xander's got to fire back here. 1 out walk. We don't like to see that. Don't like to see free bases, but we need to hang a 0 here and get back in the dugout and see if we can get that momentum turned over to green.
Here's Isaac Borges, grounded out his first time up, and he has one of the stellar plays defensively out in left field, gunning down Joey Hecker when it looked like Hecker was going to have a leadoff double to begin the third. It turned into a single and a throw out. The outfielder assist from Borges, one of the big plays in this game. As the pitch misses for a ball, 1 ball and no strikes on Isaac Borges. Borges, Southeast Community College, his home. He went to Lincoln East. Ooh, Lincoln East has turned into a baseball power, making people forget about the Metro a little bit, as Lincoln East, a couple of state championships, and they went to the American Legion World Series a couple of years ago, and not only went there, but got second and lost to the Texas champion 1-0. So they were on the verge of winning it all in the American Legion World Series a couple of years back.
You know, I think it was 2024, and I was broadcasting a game for Grand Island High School, and I talked to their coach before the game, and they had 16 guys on the roster that were going to play college baseball, which is unbelievable.
2-1 pitch on the way, and they're good again this year as they are going to be one of the Legion teams involved in that National Division tournament in Grand Island. Matter of fact, Lincoln East, Creighton Prep, opening round.
Yeah.
Woo!
2 names that just have been at the top of baseball for a long time in those two communities.
Here's a bouncing ball into right field for a base hit. They're going to try to go first to third. No, they will not. Throw back to second is not going to be in time. Nice idea for Luke Causey, who threw it to Miller, but putting on the brakes was Cody Cizik. And now the 8 and 9 hitters get aboard. A walk and a single, and a chance for more here with the top of the order, Skyler Fleck and Valdivia, who all had hits last inning, a chance to bring home more runs. It's already 3-0 Prospects.
Soft contacts, probably 50-something off the bat, but he hit exactly in the right spot in that second base hole between first and second. Just nothing you can do about it.
Xander Hardy brings it home and puts it outside for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. Skyler with a 1-out single in the third, followed by Fleck and Valdivia with singles, and then Nikolai French would add a 2-out RBI single. That's where we stand, 3-0. 7-inning game, and it's the fourth, and the Prospects trying to put this baby on ice, at least take a nice working lead here with the Sodbusters down to their final 4 at bats. The pitch across for a strike.
Yeah, it's got to first things first. You're going to play one at bat at a time. Got to make good pitches here to the top of the lineup and see if we can get out of here and get a 0 on the board.
1 ball and 1 strike. The count on Paul Schuyler. Pitch. Fouled back, had a decent swing there. Schuyler, a Division I guy, going to the University of Nebraska, Omaha, after playing his junior college ball in Concordia at Cloud County. He's a Bellevue East High School grad.
Had a nice visit with him at lunch. We feed him before the game. Had a nice visit with him. Have some people that we know in baseball in common. It was a nice visit. Nice young man.
1-2 with 1 out. 3-0 a score. And the pitch. Off speed, stays outside, 2-2. Xander Hardy trying to survive this 4th inning. There's right-handed action behind him for the Hastings Sodbusters. Bullpen quiet for the Prospects, and why not? 0s on the board for J.D. Moffitt, and has faced the minimum 2 out of his 3 innings, including a 1-2-3 frame to begin the contest. 2-2 delivery, swing and a miss. Big comeback there for Xander Hardy. Gets a large second out. Now can he find a way to finish the deal against Ripken Fleck and keep the Prospects off the board?
Yep, good job by Xander. That was a pitch on the upper part of the strike zone and was able to get it taken care of.
Ripken Fleck now, 1 for 2. Ripken, one of the better names in the Independence League Baseball, and of course he was named after Cal Ripken Jr., and plays the left side infield a lot for this squad from Nebraska.
So I'm sure I know you talked about his name before, but does he even get a basketball ever in his life, or do you just get a baseball and a baseball glove and a bat?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Like I say, he's been a baseball guy and played shortstop. He's playing second base today, so I should say he was named after Billy Ripken if he's going to play second base.
There you go.
Yeah. Pitch swung on and missed.
Got him.
And the throw down to first in time. A back pick, and they gun down Isaac Borges. So the Sodbusters stealing it out there, and that could be a big turning point as Jude Greaves gets the job done, picking off Borges. And the Prospects are turned away. No runs, 1 hit, 1 man left. We head to the bottom of the 4th. Still 3-0 Prospects. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Blue Fork Kitchen features elevated comfort food in a family-friendly, fast casual environment. With a full menu, you can sit down for a nice meal or order online for pickup. From salads and wraps to burgers and steaks, Blue Fork Kitchen has your kind of food. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10 p.m., with a special brunch buffet Sunday from 9 to 2 p.m. Blue Fork Kitchen is located in the Cimarron Plaza, 38th and Osborne Drive in Hastings. Like them on Facebook.
Make your next pit stop at the Coach's Corner. A friendly staff and a deep lineup of snacks. You can find Coach's Corner in North Hastings on Osborne Drive East. More than just a gas station, Coach's Corner is the place to get delicious pizza made fresh for you and your family. Don't take our word for it. It's so good it'll be featured at selected Sodbuster home games this season. For a convenient and clean experience, be sure to check out the new convenience store in North Hastings, Coach's Corner. Go back to Sodbuster Baseball. Hastings on the short end of a 3-0 game at J.D. Moffitt. How about the job he's done? He did not have a decision yet this year, trying to pick up a win for the Prospects. Sodbusters, some work to do, down 3-0. And say the guys don't know how big a game this is, but for the owner, general manager, and for the broadcaster, man, everything's looking pretty big today, Scott Galusha.
Yes, it is important. It's not imperative yet, but again, this is a game that we need to put some pressure on them. We need to start putting together some good at-bats because, like you said, it is getting late for sure. So we've got to have some good at-bats and make some better decisions. I mean, having 2 guys erased on second base does not help. Had an opportunity there in the second to score and couldn't get that done. So those missed opportunities have a tendency to come back and get you.
Weston Johnston, strikeout victim against Moffitt his first time up. Hastings trying to find a way. They've been out hit 6-1 and trail it 3-0. Pitch taken for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes on Weston Johnston, another one of the Arkansas Tech Wonder Boys for this Hastings Sodbuster team. Johnston, a Texan, a Rangers fan, as a matter of fact, as he bounces this one to the left side. Nice job for the third baseman to cut in front of the shortstop and throws out Johnston. Well played there as Jake Smolinski, no hesitation, throws out Johnston on just the second pitch of the inning, and Moffitt's also done a good job working around a lot, threw a lot of pitches in the second, but that was just his 49th now on the day.
He's done a good job, and again, not an easy play. Good. I don't think he's a everyday third baseman, but he made that look pretty easy. Had to go in the hole, and nice play over there to get the lead out, which is always so important.
Here's Cale Jensen, walked and caught stealing. He hits this one really hard to right field. It is carrying well. A look up. It is off the top of the wall, and it is gone. Cale Jensen leaves the yard, and he joins an exclusive club. Multi-home runs here at Duncan Field. Hit one a couple of years ago, and hats off to Cale Jensen.
Look at that smile. I saw that smile coming around second and third. Home runs are cool no matter what, but they're just so rare here. They're not gonna realize how special that is until he gets to be 24, 25, 26 years old and be able to tell his kids. But that big play to pick a guy off to end the fourth. Hopefully with this a little bit, and a big home run by Cale. A little bit of momentum here for the guys in green.
Here's Tyler Welsh now as the pitch is taken outside as Cale, pretty cool. A couple of years ago, one of his first games, it may have been his first game with the Sodbusters. He hit a home run out of here and had a multi-triple game earlier this year. Bouncing ball to the third baseman. Another good throw for Smolinski as he's taken care of Johnston and now Welsh. And there are 2 outs in the inning as Sodbusters getting that crush off the bat of Cale Jensen. How about 96 miles an hour to get it out of Duncan Field? Our Flight Scope stats sponsored by Eagle Distributing.
Nice job. Big, solid, great contact. Anytime you get one out of here, boy, it's impressive. But we got to take advantage of this and try to get some momentum going.
Jackson Crane pops it up, foul territory and out of play. So nobody on, 2 outs, 3-1 the score. The Sodbusters are now down by 2. You would have loved to have that come with a couple on, but
yeah,
sure take it.
I was gonna say that as well, but we'll take it whenever we can get it, and hopefully, again, we got to get Uncle Mo back in that third base dugout.
0-1 pitch on the way. It's taken outside. Jackson Crane getting his first Sodbuster start at second base. Hastings with a bunch of outfielders, and they'll be a little short-handed as they go to Oahe, so kind of trying to piece together your lineup for that Saturday, Sunday, and giving Crane an opportunity at second base.
There'll be 9 position players in Oahe with the only extra player we have that would be eligible would be Josh Printer.
So got some pitchers who probably could be called into it. You would think that they have at least played defense at some point in the recent near history.
Yeah, we talked to him a little bit and said be ready for anything, really for the rest of the way, but especially when we head up to Pier.
3-1 now in Jackson Crane, trying to find his way on. He was hit by a pitch the last time up. Just need base runners, down by 2, and this one taken inside. 5-pitch walk to Crane, and we'll see if they can find some 2-out magic with Jude Greaves.
Yeah, just string a couple good at-bats together, put a little pressure on him. I really think that's the key, is just continue to put pressure on him. Don't give him those. You can't be comfortable out there on the mound, even though you're at Duncan. Put a little pressure on him, so get a good at-bat here from Jude. Hopefully you get a couple guys on for Chase there in the 8-hole and continue to put pressure on the prospects.
J.D. Moffitt brings it home for a strike, no balls, and 1 strike. That Cale Jensen home run, too, so close to maybe not leaving the yard. It looked like it hit the top of the wall and bounced on over. It's a fairly high wall out there, so not only is it 405 to right center field, and bouncing ball to the right side, that's a base hit. Sodbusters will have runners at first and second now, and 2 outs for Chase Miller.
That's what you do. Don't try to do too much. Hit the ball where it's pitched, and Moffitt did a good job at getting on top again, but try to throw that same pitch again. This time, Jude just punched it through the right side. So there's a little pressure here being applied by the Sodbusters, and now we need a 2-out hit from our shortstop.
Chase Miller struck out his first time up, going back to that home run. If that stays in the yard, Jensen may have a chance to wheel on around. I know he had a two triple game, and one of those triples there was thought maybe he would be sent home, but it was a leadoff triple and the game was still a game, so I totally understand holding him, and it was a good call all the way around, and darned if we didn't see an inside the park home run just a few days later from Luke Causey.
You know, I'm going to call and see if I can find if there is indeed a list of or how many people have had. I'm sure there's been numerous inside the ballpark home runs here with all this room out here. But for somebody to do both, I cannot think that's got to be a pretty exclusive list.
Because most home run hitters maybe can't run well enough to get around the bases here, although the Sodbusters have a few guys who can do that. But yeah, it's a rarity, and the Sodbusters nearly had two guys do it this year.
Yeah,
with the triple and inside the park home run from Jensen and Causey, respectively, and now Jensen and Causey have both left the park this season as the pitch across for a strike.
That's really the best breaking ball we've seen Moffitt throw in a while. He's done a nice job at getting ahead with that fastball away, but that's the best breaking ball he's thrown in quite a while.
Now Miller has to battle. Runners at first and second, 2 out. Sodbusters tried to scratch across another here after the home run from Cale Jensen earlier in the frame. Moffitt brings it home. Popped up, right side, and out of play. It remains 0-2.
Really good pitch by Moffitt. That looked like a strike out of his hand, but it was going to be a breaking ball away, and not a strike, but a good job by Miller to fight that one off and live to see another pitch.
Between games, we will end our stream and have a second stream. Get ready to go for the second game of this 7-inning doubleheader. 0-2 pitch on the way. Hit it high in the air to left field, and should not be a problem. It will not be for Isaac Borges, and the Sodbusters settle for 1. 1 run on 2 hits, 2 men left, and we head to the 5th. It's Prospects 3, Hastings 1. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
Hastings Sodbusters baseball's in full swing, bringing you another fun-filled summer of high-level collegiate woodbat baseball at historic Duncan Field. A great way to spend a summer evening with your families at a Sodbusters baseball game. Go online to hastingssodbusters.com for their home game schedule or to purchase tickets. Hastings Sodbusters baseball. It's a hit.
Got the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
At the 5th inning, 7-inning contest. Hastings gets a little closer. Xander Hardy trying to put another 0 on the board as he worked around a 1-out walk and single, able to get a strikeout, and then a big pickoff from Jude Greaves, gunning down Isaac Borges over at first to end the threat. Hastings responds with a solo home run from Cale Jensen, and then put 2 on with 2 outs, but could not score as Hastings is stranded 4 in the game, and the Nebraska Prospects have stranded 3.
But you know, we put a little pressure on them there, so I think that helps us in the long run. But we've got to continue to stay after it. Need to string together some good at-bats, but first and foremost, Xander is going to need to hang up another 0 for us.
Xander Hardy, a part of this pitching staff, which has amassed a 4.47 ERA. Here at home, though, Hastings pitching to a 2.64 ERA, while they're 4.97 on the road. And that 3-run inning for the Prospects kind of news because they had hit only 198 against Hastings pitching, and the Hastings Sodbuster pitching staff had an ERA of 1.27 against the Prospects in the 5 games coming into this one.
Yeah, give them a good credit. There was nothing cheap there. Good at bats by the Prospects led to that 3-run inning for them in the 3rd.
And they're better hitters than that. You feel like that they're probably, when you look at their team batting average, feels like they've got some guys who can swing it better than they have been. No balls and a strike now on the number 2 hitter, Ripken Fleck. He was at the plate when they picked off Borges to end the frame.
Hey, Darren texted me. Darren is the guy in charge of the prospects. He's watching our broadcast, and he told me that Ripken's brother's name is, you ready for this?
Okay.
Maddox.
All right.
Yeah.
So is Maddox a pitcher?
I'm sure he's listening, so he's going to let me know right now. I would think he is. I mean, you don't even give that kid a bat.
Yes.
If his name's Maddox, you just say, hey, this is what you're going to do. Start practicing throwing the ball about 60 feet, 6 inches, and we'll talk about it later.
Yep, and throw it about 70 miles an hour, but never miss your spot.
I don't know if you've done this before, but, I've had you don't have a great day or looking for something to do, go watch Maddox's complete game where he threw like 84 pitches and went through 9 innings. That's just a joy to watch.
2 balls, 2 strikes, the count on Ripken Fleck.
Darren told me he's a middle infielder.
Okay. So
he needs to change.
That's right.
Get that guy out to the bullpen and figure out if he can throw it. You don't even have to throw it hard, but it just feels like that guy should pitch.
Yep.
So.
3 balls, 2 strikes now on Ripken Fleck, and it was fun visiting with Ryan Valenta. Of course, he's a guy from a different era. And didn't really, knows Cal Ripken Jr., but didn't know Billy Ripken and didn't know there was a Cal Ripken Sr. and all that good stuff. As your line drive left field is Ripken Fleck aboard here with a leadoff single to open the 5th. Prospects already on top 3-1.
Good at bat, 3-2 pitch. You knew you were going to get something hit and just flipped it to left field. So, hey, Greg Maddox is the answer to one of my favorite trivia questions of all time. I'm going to see you. Of course, I already gave you the answer, but you'll be impressed with it anyway. But everybody should put it away in their memory bank because you'll win a nice prize if you get it right one of these days.
Here's Mike Valdivia taking ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Runner at first. Nobody out. 3-1. Prospects on top looking for more here in the 5th.
So the question is, what NL player have stole the most bases in consecutive years without being thrown out? Actually stole multiple bases in consecutive years with never being thrown out. And the answer is Greg Maddox.
Interesting.
He was often a late game pinch hitter and found his way to steal 3-4, 2-4, 5-4, like 7 years in a row. Never thrown out.
Interesting. Nope, I would have that would have been a really good trivia question. Good lead over at first base for Ripken. Fleck does not go on the pitch taken for a strike, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Fleck certainly a candidate to go here as he's 9 for 9 in stolen bases for the season. And Valdivia, a speedster behind him with 10 stolen bases. For the Nebraska Prospects, looking to get the run back after Hastings got the solo home run throw over to first. And pretty decent read there for Fleck. Sometimes you'll see guys get frozen by the left-handers. He didn't seem to have too much of an issue with Xander Hardy. I'm not sure if that was the A move for Xander or if he's got one a little better, as Fleck has a little bit of lead here.
Well, I don't think that was the A move for sure. But I tell you what, base stealers will tell you they'd rather go against a lefty because sometimes you just got to gamble and hope you nail it. And some of them are really good. But a lot of times good base stealers like to go lefties because it's right in front of you. And you don't have to worry about that back foot moving.
Swing and a miss. Big strikeout there to keep the runner at first with only 1 man out. Valdivia goes down. The second K for left-handed pitcher Xander Hardy.
That was a big one to get the 3-hole hitter. Valdivia is a really good hitter. And when you're going well, your good hitters come up in big spots, and that's twice in a row that Valdivia has been up in a good spot. And so we're lucky to get him there.
Kobe Hatcher 0 for 2 in the game. Flew out to right his last time up after flying out to center, and they'll keep Fleck close as he does get back to first base. And you have a better memory from me for baseball because Cal Ripken Jr., didn't he start at third base before moving to shortstop? I was thinking that he was a third baseman before getting the call at shortstop.
I think he was a shortstop the whole time.
Really?
But he played third at the end a little bit.
Maybe that's what I'm
thinking.
That's
what it was. He played third base at the end a little bit. A lot of people, of course, back in that era, they thought he was maybe a little bit too big to play shortstop. But again, what an amazing record that is. I remember still watching that the night where he broke the record. I can't remember. I should know what the number is, and I'm embarrassed that I don't know, but the consecutive games. But that was so neat to watch that way back when. That's one of my favorite memories of baseball. My favorite is still Alex's home run against the Mets to tie it late in that game. I came flying off my couch. Of course, I coached Alex as a kid. Had away, Xander.
Back-to-back strikeouts of Valdivia and Hatcher, and now 2 outs, 1 on for Nikolai French.
Hey, Darren told me, too, that Maddox is a middle infielder for James Madison.
Oh, wow. So
yeah.
D1 guy.
D1 guy, yep. Mm-hmm. So we're glad he's listening and not playing because I'm sure he's a nice player. But again, I guess I did talk to Ripken, but I didn't have a real big conversation with him. I try to say hi to all these guys when we feed them before and after the game, but really nice kids, and it's just been fun to have the prospects be part of what we're doing. Run by good people. The kids are well behaved. Don't have any problems with them. They just like to come play baseball and have a good time.
As we see Xander Hardy trying to get out of an issue here at the leadoff singles, got back-to-back strikeouts against the 3 and 4 hitters, trying to finish off French, who had an RBI single, probably the biggest hit of the game, where he got that 2-out RBI single back in the third to get the tack-on run to make it a 3-run inning instead of a 2-run inning for the Prospects back in inning number 3.
Yeah, actually the same exact, about the same spot, another ground ball right in that 6th hole, and another good at bat for the South Dakota State recruit.
So runners at first and second now as Fleck has to stop at second. French with a single and Smolinski tries to keep it going. The third baseman who's 0 for 1 with a strikeout, actually 2 strikeouts, 0 for 2 in the game as he gets his first look at Xander Hardy.
Big at bat here to try to keep that momentum in the third base dugout.
Just got a run back in the 4th, only a 7-inning game, so trying to keep him close. And the pitch is inside for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes on Smolinski. Jake, Southeast Community College, he's a Gretna High guy, not to be confused with Gretna East, as they add the new high school, and it's an immediate power, much like Elkhorn North and Elkhorn South. They have a high school, and seemingly a couple of years later, they win a state championship at something.
Yeah, unbelievable talent over there. It drives me nuts as a longtime Class A coach that those teams they keep building Class B schools. But again, very, very talented, and again, really, really, really solid athletic programs up and down.
Well, they build Class B schools, but they're probably going to be Class A before long, a la Elkhorn South. They were a Class B power, but now a Class A team. I would think Elkhorn North probably going to be doing the same, and I would think Gretna East probably is going to be A before long. But.
Yeah, you know, Pius has done a good job over the years always maintaining the right sort of attendance so they could stay Class B. Every once in a while they make a mistake and be Class A, but again, that Class B in just about every sport is just like Class A. It's a tough night out about every night and really top heavy. And boy, there's some really good teams at the top of Class B in whatever sport you want to pick.
1-2, 2 outs. Runners at first and second. Big spot in the game with the Sodbusters down by 2. Xander Hardy hoping to keep it that way against Smolinski. Yes. Swing and a miss. Strikes out the side around a couple of singles, and it is still 3-1. No runs, 2 hits, and 2 men left at the bottom half of inning number 5. 3-1 Prospects. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot. And sometimes things happen. A tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain? Lower back or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now.
At Hastings College, we celebrate all the ways you shine. From more than 20 athletic teams to band, choir, theater, and art, plus esports, creative writing, speech, and media. Join in to earn a scholarship and find your people, the friends you'll hang out and have fun with. It's what makes Hastings great. So check out Hastings College, where your experience matters, in the classroom and in the activities you love to do. Visit us at hastings.edu.
It is Sodbuster Baseball as we head to the bottom half of inning number 5. And the Sodbusters down 3-1. A pitching change is sponsored by Joyride Pedal Company. If you're looking for the ultimate way to celebrate, the 14-passenger party bike Don't even have to pedal. Their bike has electric assist. Go to joyridepedalco.com, and it's going to be a right-hander making his prospect debut, Ryan Turner, out of Glenwood, Iowa. He goes to Northeast Community College. Everybody at the end of the year, you're looking for dudes who can play, and they bring in Ryan Turner. Matter of fact, they have 3 new pitchers who joined the roster today. Now, one of them did pitch earlier in the year, but we could see some of those guys as this day progresses. We talked about the fact they ended up having to pitch some position players. They may not have to over the next couple of days as they get some dudes in.
Yeah, they got a couple pitchers in, which is good. You know, you want people to play the position, or at least some idea. You know, you don't want to see position players have to pitch too often unless they're legitimate two-way guys. But I think this is good for the Sodbusters. Again, it looks like he has a pretty nice arm. But Moffitt did such a good job. I think any change, maybe he'll keep that momentum over there in that green dugout.
As the Sodbusters will bat their 9-1-2 hitters, Joey Hecker, who singled his first time up, was thrown out trying to make it a double. J.D. Moffitt, 62 pitches thrown, allowing only 1 run on 3 hits, struck out 3, walked 2, and hit 2. Sodbusters unable to take advantage of a couple of opportunities. The only run on the board's a solo home run off the bat of Cale Jensen. This is really unusual Sodbuster baseball. This is not a home run park, and usually if you're going to score a run, it's like walk, hit batsman, wild pitch, ground out. But a home run is the only run on the board for the Hastings Sodbusters.
Bunt, squeeze, all kinds of stuff we normally do. But that was a great swing by Cale, and hopefully we got to just continue to keep some pressure on him and see if we can't get back in this game.
Joey Hecker tried to find a way. Sodbusters have not had their leadoff man aboard much today. As a matter of fact, you look at the innings, Jensen, leadoff walk, caught stealing. Hecker, leadoff single, caught trying to make it a double. Those are the only 2 times they've had their leadoff men aboard, and we're now in the 5th.
Yeah, Joey had a good at-bat last time. Just kind of fed one to left field, and then the left fielder made just a great play.
Here's the pitch to Hecker. He bounces this one back to the pitcher. No problem there. That will be thrown to first, and a good debut for Ryan Turner as Joey Hecker is out 1-3 on the putout. Back to the top of the order, and it's going to be Brady Alexander.
Hey, since I know Darren is listening, Darren, if you can dig out one of those Prospects corn hats, remember those from a couple of years ago? That's the coolest hat. I want one of those. So if you can dig one of those out, I'd gladly purchase it or trade it or just take one if I had an opportunity to. But if you can find one of those, I'd like one of those for my man cave.
Here's Brady Alexander taking ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes for Brady, batting at the top of the order as he is 0 for 2 on the day with a couple of ground outs.
Hit the ball hard last time and had a good 90 down there, made a close play, but
people having to fill different roles down the stretch. Drew Vega was a regular leadoff guy. You had, before that, Christian Loera kind of locked in the top of the spot, and so now we've seen kind of by committee. Chase Miller was up there. Now Brady Alexander seems to be a pretty good candidate to see. Has a decent eye, and he's ahead in the count, 3 balls and no strikes here.
He's definitely not afraid to see a lot of pitches. I really like Brady. Again, I think he's, when I looked at him, he's a better athlete than I thought I was gonna. I mean, again, I didn't think he was a bad athlete. He just is a better athlete than I thought, and he runs the ball. He runs down the ball well in center field, so he fits our mold quite well. He's got gap-to-gap power, swings it aggressively. So we're glad to have him be a part of it, and hopefully he'll come back for year number 2.
And we didn't have a chance to play his interview before this broadcast. We will play it before our next broadcast. Before Game 2, as we were a little tight on time, so we'll push the Brady's interview back to that as the pitch is fouled away. Luke Causey is at the plate now with a runner at first and 1 man out, but a very articulate young man as well. It seems like he had a very media-friendly attitude. It seemed like he had been in that spotlight before.
Yeah, Division I kid. We had Taylor Gill, I think, played at Ohio also. This is the second kid we've had from Ohio, and just really like everything about him. He's hopped in, late addition when the Plainsmen were done, but didn't skip a beat changing dugouts, and he's actually even become a little bit of a leader for us.
Causey down to the count 0-2, trying to at least advance the runner, and he will not be able to do so. A tough day for Causey, and that's baseball. Some days you're going to get the inside the park home run. Other days you're 0 for 3 with a pair of strikeouts.
Well, they made 3 good pitches against him there. You know, got ahead of him, and then there's that back foot breaking ball there that Causey has a tendency to swing over just a little bit. So Causey's a real good hitter. You know, he's a little bit different than most lefties. He's pretty good with the ball out and away from him.
See if they turn Alexander loose. Here is a blooper instead to right field. Alexander going to try to go first to third. Instead, will put on the brakes, and a good throw in. Nice decision there. What a throw. That would have been a close play. Sean Robinson may have gunned down Alexander. Now there'll be runners at first and second, 2 outs. Can the Sodbusters come up with a big 2-out hit? They may need it here, down 3-1, with just 7 outs to work with in this 7-inning game.
Hey, Darren said their coach might have a hat for me, so I'm going to go talk to Gabe after the game. Hey, thanks, Darren. Appreciate it.
Sodbusters have been out hit 8-4. They trail at 3-1, and Cale Jensen, the lone home run. You would love to see that happen with 2 on, and now if he could just gap one here. Here's the pitch. Jensen watches it go by for ball 1. Hopefully that last at bat, not in his head right now. Just do what you need to do here and keep the line moving.
Although if you want to do it again, I'm fine with it.
Yeah, that would be that would be an even shorter list.
Yeah, but if you try it, you're in trouble.
1-0 delivery. And I was not announcing at the time, but did the Sodbusters have a multi-home run game? It was a Hastings guy, the left fielder.
Yes, Grant Schmidt.
Yep, and did he hit 2 in one game?
He did, and I got to tell you, I got a great Grant Schmidt story for you after this at bat.
1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch misses for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. Of course, Cale Jensen was that last home run came against the starter J.D. Moffitt. His first look at Ryan Turner, who's trying to survive his first inning of relief with no damage done.
I really like that take by Cale. I think he's seeing the ball really well. So I think he's going to get a good swing here.
2-1 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, 2-2.
Good swing, but a very good pitch. A little bit on the outer half. Good pitch there, and it's still even. Got plenty of time. Now Cale needs to have some discipline here and not try to do too much. Just see if he can't find a barrel, and a lousy single would get us within 1.
Brady Alexander at second. Weston Johnston at first. Decent speed on the bases. The 2-2 pitch well away, and now a gapper maybe scores 2 with the guys in motion on 3-2 with 2 outs.
I'm not sure that wasn't. I mean, I don't know if you pitch out, but that's what it looked like. Maybe they thought we were going to be running there.
3-2 with 2 outs. They will be running here, and the pitch is taken for ball 4. Woo-hoo-hoo. Too close to take, but Hastings will take it. Runners at every bag now, and Tyler Welsh, huge spot for him as Hastings now with the tying run at second, the go-ahead run at first in the bottom of the 5th, down 3-1.
Well, you said it right there, Steve. That had to be too close to take, but and really a kind of a hanging breaking ball too. So that's kind of a pitch that sometimes a good hitter is going to turn on. But hopefully now we got to have a good at bat from Tyler Welch here.
Tyler trying to find a way. 0 for 2. His first look at the new pitcher, and it's fouled away off the arm of Ryan Turner. No balls and a strike on Tyler Welch for the Hastings Sodbusters.
A little bit out in front there, but I think it was the pitch he could hit, so I like the aggressiveness there.
Runner at second is Alexander. I should say runner at third now is Alexander. Second is Johnston. And Jensen at first. The bases are full. The 0-1 delivery. Curveball beauty, and Welch couldn't make contact. Quickly 2 strikes on Tyler Welch.
Little off balance there. I think maybe that time, for as good as that first swing was, I think he was a little bit off balance that time. And so now we got to work really hard, try to put the ball in play, put a little pressure on the prospects here, see if they can make a play under pressure.
Here's the delivery to Welch. Fouls it back as Tyler doing a good job of making contact, trying to little blooper somewhere. Alexander at third, Johnston at second. You're thinking, well, catchers can't run. Every one of the catchers can run for the Hastings Sodbusters, including Johnston, who's out there at second base.
Yeah, you better be able to run if you're going to wear that uniform for us. We've got to play that way.
0-2 pitch on the way. Inside corner for strike 3. Getting the call there was the right-handed pitcher Ryan Turner, and the Sodbusters are turned away as the Sodbusters trail it 3-1. We head to the 6th, and this is Sodbuster Baseball.
Core CPAs is your locally owned, full-service accounting firm. Our team of professionals have years of accounting experience and focus on building in-depth relationships with our clients. Our comprehensive and customized solutions are tailored to your specific needs. We pride ourselves in our commitment to integrity, objectivity, and professionalism. At Core CPAs, we provide tax services, payroll, bookkeeping, assurance and financial reporting, and much more. Visit our website at corecpas.us.
Blue Fork Kitchen features elevated comfort food in a family-friendly, fast casual environment. With a full menu, you can sit down for a nice meal or order online for pickup. From salads and wraps to burgers and steaks, Blue Fork Kitchen has your kind of food. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10 p.m., with a special brunch buffet Sunday from 9 to 2 p.m. Blue Fork Kitchen is located in the Cimarron Plaza, 38th and Osborne Drive in Hastings. Like them on Facebook.
Head to the 6th inning of a 3-1 game. The Hastings Sodbusters on the short end, and it's going to be Xander Hardy again. We talked about Grant Schmidt. The Sodbuster hit 2 in the same game, and you had a story.
I do. So if we go back to, let's see, the first year for the Sodbusters was 17. Is that correct, or was it 18?
This is the 8th year. I can't do math. That's all
okay.
I know. It's the 8th year.
All right. Well, anyway, so we were at the end of year 2, and Brian and I had visited about the possibility of me doing this, but I was at my my second ever Sodbuster game. First game I ever went to, I went and watched this with Brian play in Fremont. Anyway, so I'm wandering over there in the left field concourse, and Grant Schmidt, to make the story faster, was 0 for 2, and he hit 800 and probably 7 or 8 feet of foul ball and was 0 for 2. They caught both balls right at the 405 sign, and one of them he had to jump for. I've never seen that in my life. 800 plus foot of foul of balls, and yet he was 0 for 2.
Flyouts.
They
wouldn't have been foul balls. They were. I mean,
I'm sorry, I said that wrong.
In the play.
Yep. Just right at the 405 sign in right center, both of them.
As we are in the top half of the 6th inning, and the pitch misses to Sean Robinson. Robinson, an infield single, and he is 1 for 2. Nebraska still leads it 3-1.
I talked to Grant not too long ago. Might have been last year, but I believe he's a nurse now. Just a very good swing. Loved playing baseball. But it was education first with him, which I think is the most important thing that we do. What a great example for us to know, having Grant play for us for a couple years.
2-1 delivery on the way, and a bouncing ball back up the middle. That'll be handed by Chase Miller. Throw to first in time. 1 up, 1 down to the 6th. Getting late. Sodbusters down to their final 6 outs, trailing at 3-1. Have now stranded 7, 2 in 2 innings, and now that 3 guys stranded in the 5th with no runs across.
Yeah, that's a tough part. You know, we've had opportunities. We had opportunities in the 2nd. You know, that leadoff hit in the I guess that was the 3rd, the leadoff hit that we got thrown at 2nd. And so you just, you see it all the time. If you don't take advantage of those early opportunities, things get tougher and tougher. And now the pressure is solely on the guys in the third base dugout.
Cody Cizik, 0 for 1 of the game. He bounces this one to Miller at the shortstop spot. Handles it cleanly, and the throw to first, patient on the hop, trying to get it where he could handle it. And he handles most things. His glove work has been surprisingly good. I just didn't know, after watching Christian Loera handle the balls at the shortstop, I'm thinking we got somebody as good as him, and Miller's been pretty darn good since taking over.
Yeah, I thought he made that play harder than he needed to. I think if he attacks that ball and gets it on the big hop, but he turned it into a routine play, even though I kind of thought he played it into a tough hop.
As the pitch to Borges is fouled away, no balls on a strike. Borges 1 for 2 in the ball game. Was picked off of first base to end inning number 4. We're now in the 6th. Xander Hardy, a nice relief outing in progress here for the Hastings Sodbusters, trying to put another 0 on the board as he puts this one just off the outside part of the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike. Xander now, pitch count at 51. No runs, 3 hits in 2 2/3 innings for the Hastings Sodbusters. No action behind him. He will likely get the 7th if he can conclude this 6th the way it's going right now. This pitch tailing inside, and it gets a piece of the number 9 hitter, Isaac Borges.
Man, you know, my trick for my whole life, I've always liked to have a typically fast, but I always like a good hitter in the 9 spot. That's kind of been my calling card for my life. But I always say to people, especially my pitchers, they're hitting 9 for a reason, okay? And you just can't struggle with those guys. You got to make them beat you because you know the guys coming up behind him can really swing it.
And Paul Schuyler trying to make the Sodbusters pay. Takes the ball, 1 ball and no strikes. He is 1 for 3 in the game with a single and a run scored. All the damage coming in the 3rd. 3 runs on 4 hits. Although the Prospects have put runners on pretty much every inning.
Yeah.
Pitch taken for a strike, 1 ball and 1 strike. They do not have a 3-up, 3-down inning as of yet. Xander Hardy was trying to accomplish that this frame, but that 2-out hit batsman will eliminate that possibility.
Yeah, got to throw extra pitches, and you let them have a base for free, and there's just not very many good things that happen when you do that.
Paul Schuyler takes strike 2, 1 ball and 2 strikes on Schuyler, a D1 guy. Saw a Purdue recruit on this team earlier this year, but he hasn't played the last few series. Avery Moore.
He's a nice player.
1-2 pitch. High and tight, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Good location. That's a purpose pitch there. I like it. Change the eye level a little bit. Go up and in a little bit. Should have him set up for something probably down and away, but we'll see what happens here. Good hitter.
Xander Hardy trying to get him through here and puts it too low. Jude Greaves keeps it in front now, 3-2, and that will allow Isaac Borges to take off with the pitch here as big spot in the game. Sodbusters trying to put a 0 on the board in the 6th. Down 3-1 already. Xander Hardy. Check of the runner and the pitch. Bouncing ball foul. It remains 3-2.
Just barely, right now I think Schuyler's a little bit too big. He's swinging awful hard, and he's a little frustrated because I think that's the pitch he struck out on last time, kind of upper part of the zone, try to overswing a little bit. But for the Sodbusters, that's a good sign. Hopefully we can get him here with a good pitch from Xander.
Runner goes, pitch popped up, right side, trouble, but no. Luke Causey, no trouble. Finds a way. It looked like it was maybe headed toward the green, but Luke Causey outruns another one and makes the catch. No runs, no hits. 1 man left in the bottom half of the 6th inning. It is 3-1 Prospects. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Core CPAs is your locally owned, full-service accounting firm. Our team of professionals have years of accounting experience and focus on building in-depth relationships with our clients. Our comprehensive and customized solutions are tailored to your specific needs. We pride ourselves in our commitment to integrity, objectivity, and professionalism. At Core CPAs, we provide tax services, payroll, bookkeeping, assurance and financial reporting, and much more. Visit our website at corecpas.us.
Blue Fork Kitchen features elevated comfort food in a family-friendly, fast casual environment. With a full menu, you can sit down for a nice meal or order online for pickup. From salads and wraps to burgers and steaks, Blue Fork Kitchen has your kind of food. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10 p.m., with a special brunch buffet Sunday from 9 to 2 p.m. Blue Fork Kitchen is located in the Cimarron Plaza, 38th and Osborne Drive in Hastings. Like them on Facebook.
It's Sodbuster Baseball as we head to the bottom half of the 6th inning. Hastings trailing at 3-1, down to their final 6 out of this 7-inning game. And Hastings will have Crane, Greaves, and Miller trying to find something against Ryan Turner after his 2nd inning of work. A couple of walks and a hit allowed, but no runs allowed. And it's been a frustrating day offensively overall for Hastings with 8 stranded, make it 7 stranded runners now.
Yeah, opportunities were there. We got to take advantage of them. Still got 6 outs to go. Good aggressive swing there by Jackson. And we got to get a couple guys on base that'll turn that lineup over at least one more time and give us an opportunity in the 6th here and the 7th.
Crane hit by a pitch and walking against J.D. Moffitt. Moffitt trying to pick up his first win. Crane hits this one hard, carrying a little better than I thought it was going to, but Borges back a few steps and 1 out.
Good swing, but just don't want to hit it up there. Anything that gets to an outfielder, it's pretty tough to find a gap, even though there's a lot of room out there because there's fast people out there running.
Jude Greaves will bat now. He's been on base twice, and when the Sodbusters have been at their best during this homestand, it's been when the bottom of the order's gotten it done, but they just haven't got the big hit. Greaves 1 for 1. He hits it hard. Borges back a few steps. Pretty much the same play, and there are 2 outs.
Yeah.
And it's now going to be Chase Miller trying to salvage the inning with 2 outs, nobody on. Also allowing Ryan Turner to gain some comfort, just throwing a few pitches here in this frame, trying to set the Sodbusters down 1, 2, 3. They were set down in order in the first. They've had base runners in every other inning. Did have the minimum come to the plate in the third after their leadoff man was thrown out trying to turn a single into a double, as the pitch is missing for ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes.
Well, I think it's important that Chase sees a couple pitches and see if we can't get a little two out magic going on, and again get that lineup turned around and see if we can just. That's what we need. A little bit of help, some good at bats.
2-0 the count on Miller. There's right-handed action of the Sodbuster bullpen behind lefty Xander Hardy has done a really good job in relief of Austin Raines, the starter. Each of those guys going 3 innings today. Pitches taken for a strike, 2-1.
I think he was taken there.
On Chase Miller. Josh Brenner coaching down to third. Corey Caranda at first. As Josh in his first year as the head coach for the Hastings Sodbusters, former Sodbuster player. Bouncing ball, and that will be right to Josh Brenner, who can still play. He fields pretty much everything that comes at him.
Yep. You know, there's a ball that went through my legs the other night.
We saw it.
I know. You know, and you know.
I'm just glad it didn't hit you on one or the other.
Yeah, it was fine. I just can't. My back doesn't allow me to get low. I think I could have made it with a glove. However, I did go see. Ooh, got a break there.
2-2 pitch misses.
I did go see a friend of mine, Tom Cobbler, who's a chiropractor, and I actually feel great the last 2 days.
Good.
I think I could. You
could make the plane out.
I think I could get that one if I had another chance over there.
Maybe you could be the 10th position player heading up to Oahe. 3-2 pitch on the way is taken for a ball, so Miller works a 2-out walk, and Joey Hecker will try to advance him.
You know, that's a little break because everybody on the field thought that was strike 2.
Yep.
Or strike 3, excuse me. And that turns the lineup over. Plus, that puts a speedy runner on first base. So I would look for Josh not to run early and kind of keep that hole on the right side open for Joey. But if he does get behind a little bit, I think you'll see him run.
Hecker does have a hit in the ball game. He's 1 for 2, and the pitch is taken way high, and 1 ball and no strike on Joey Hecker.
I know. Yeah, I'd like to see him take a strike here, probably, just to put a little pressure on that pitcher, see if he can find his rhythm again.
1 ball and no strikes on Joey, who watches this one go by for a strike. And Joey Hecker is going to have a major that has got some aggressiveness. He is going to be a mechanical engineering major. He can talk about that major with Luke Ray. I think last time I heard that was Luke Ray's major at Arkansas Tech.
Yep.
1-1 delivery.
Good.
Take it upstairs for ball 2, 2 balls and a strike.
That's what our old friend Nick Jones, who's now married, by the way. I doubt Nick's watching, but he does. I did talk to him not too long ago. Yeah, he's a mechanical engineering major.
2-1. Runner at first, the pitch. Foul back, 2-2. Pretty good swing for Joey Hecker.
Yep.
Guy who's had the right approach coming out of high school. What's it going to be like? Was kind of asked to set the bench a little bit when he first came and had some other high school graduates, and really seems like he's got his head on right as he gets set back to head home, which will be his college stop. Hits this one hard to right field, but foul, and it remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. He's going to be going to Washington State. He's from Pullman.
He's another one of those kids, just like Brock. Brock, you know, when Yeah, Brock. Although
Cross.
Brock doesn't look like he's a high school kid, but he struggled at first. It was a little bit different level, a little bit different all the way around, and struggled a little bit. But Joey's got better and better once he's got comfortable.
Jaden Chabry, another one in that mold, a guy who's out of high school and seeing some college-level pitching. 2-2 delivery. Hecker watches it go by for ball 3. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Of course, having a neat moment. He said he'd had walk-offs before, but a college-level walk-off RBI single to win it, got the Gatorade bath, and it was a really cool moment. He said one of his more fun baseball memories, and it's neat that it was as a Hastings Sodbuster. 3-2 with 2 outs, and Hecker pops it up. Into left field. Left fielder comes on. The shortstop fades back, and it's not going to be a problem there for the Nebraska Prospects, Mike Valdivia, and we head to the 7th with the score Nebraska 3, Hastings 1. This is Sodbuster Baseball. Make your next pit stop at the Coach's Corner. A friendly staff and a deep lineup of snacks. You can find Coach's Corner in North Hastings on Osborne Drive East. More than just a gas station, Coach's Corner is the place to get delicious pizza made fresh for you and your family. Don't take our word for it. It's so good it'll be featured at selected Sodbuster home games this season. For a convenient and clean experience, be sure to check out the new convenience store in North Hastings, Coach's Corner.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
Head of the 7th inning, it's a pitching change for the Hastings Sodbusters. And that pitching change is sponsored by Joyride Pedal Company. They have a bike, electric assist, the ultimate 14-passenger party bike. Unique way to celebrate, sip, and cruise through town. Go to joyridepedalco.com. As Hastings will return, to one of its relievers, a guy who had a great start his last time out, as we get a look at Josh Nolte.
Nope, this is West.
Oh, sorry, Josh West.
Oh, no, you're right. Wait a second.
31 and 29. Yeah, this is Josh Nolte.
Yes.
And the two Joshers, now we get confused as well as up here in the broadcast booth. Which Josh is this? This was the newcomer Josh Nolte. 0-1, 2.46 ERA, making his 4th appearance in 7 1/3, allowing 2 runs on 7 hits, as he ended up having a good start in his last outing, and will be on the hill here today as he ended up going 4 innings in his last outing against Fremont. No runs, 4 hits, struck out 3, and didn't walk anybody. Yeah. He is from Dodge City Community College, on to Missouri Western this past year. He's an Oklahoma guy, but will have his senior season at Missouri Western.
Born in Nebraska, though.
Ah.
Him and his dad were born in Nebraska. I think his mom is, too. I can't remember, though, for sure. But got a chance to meet them on a Zoom meeting, and really nice people. And Josh was really good the other day. We wanted to get 20 innings for him, but he had a little bit of just nothing bad, a little shoulder issue after maybe his first appearance or so. So we had to give him a little bit longer break, but he's been really good, and he's one of those guys that'll pitch on Saturday for us as well.
So try to keep him 1 inning, under 30 pitches, get a 0 on the board here against the Prospects, try to keep it a 3-1 game. 1 ball and 1 strike. Is Nolte, another one of the guys that we have interviewed. Going to sneak in that interview tomorrow as well, as we wrap up our Sodbuster Spotlights. Any interviews we don't get to, and a matter of fact, all the interviews we've done with players are on our Spotify page. Search out Sodcast. 2-1 delivery on the way, and 3-1 the count now on Ripken Fleck. Fleck, a multi-hit day, 2 for 3 with a run scored.
Both times he went to right field, once in the hole, and once he flipped a little line drive to right. So he's had a good night seeing the ball well.
Pitches taken out of the zone, 5-pitch walk.
Yeah.
And Nolte's day begins with a walk. Really good day for Xander Hardy. No runs on 3 hits after Austin Raines worked the first 3 innings, allowed 3 runs on 5 hits. He would be the losing pitcher unless the Sodbusters get at least 2 in the bottom of the 7th.
The first pitch was right down the middle, then he missed 4 in a row. that just kind of had a little arm side run. So just make a little adjustment with that front side. Should be able to get back on top. But there it is again.
Pitch high and outside as he'll be set to go for his senior season. And talked about the end of baseball during our interview, as down to the fall, the spring, maybe next summer, and then turn to the real world. Bouncing ball to the right side, and the only play will be to first. Good decision there for the newcomer at the second base bag, Jackson Crane, to get Mike Valdivia. There's one man out. If you have more of an experienced guy, Vega probably goes two there, but it's a little different lineup today.
Yeah, that ball was hit pretty slow, and the runner got a good jump on it. And the rule is if that runner is even with you, probably just taken out. So we're happy with that, but that does put an insurance run in scoring position for the Prospects.
Plus, it would have been a really tough angle with him coming in probably within the baseline. It would have been tough to get it around him to your shortstop. So do get the sure out, and here's Kobe Hatcher trying to come through with a monster insurance run right here. 3-1 the score. The way the Sodbusters have been attacking offensively, only one run on 4 hits. The only run was a solo home run. It's a really unusual line for the Sodbusters when that's their only run of the game.
You know, we've had pressure on them, I think, for 3 innings. 3 of the 6 innings we've had for sure, other than the run. So I guess we kind of went down easy twice, but we've had opportunities that we just haven't been able to take care of.
Kobe Hatcher down to the count here as he stands in the right-handed box. 0 for 3 for Hatcher, runner in scoring position, and only one man out here in the 7th, the 7-inning doubleheader between the Sodbusters and the Prospects, and this is a mile-high pop-up, foul territory. Is anybody going to get there? Welsh overran it, couldn't make the play, and that is a missed opportunity there, and Hatcher will get another chance.
You know, again, Welsh is usually a third baseman, and the ball is going to spin a little bit different on that side, and that is very typical. When that ball goes out, sort of looks like it's going to be in foul territory, it almost always works its way back to fair, and just overran that just a little bit.
So hopefully Hastings can find a way to make a play here. Sometimes you see those things come back to haunt you as well. When it's going bad, the next strike is usually a line drive into left field for a base hit. Hopefully that does not happen for Cody Hatcher. Has 1 ball and 2 strikes the count.
Breaking ball here, 3rd strike.
And the pitch. Breaking ball, first strike. Scott Galusha, best in the league, right there.
No, I don't know about that. But, you know, we just had him set up for that. Fastball, foul ball, fastball up, had him in swing mode, and I just knew if we threw him that breaking ball, he was going to swing right over the top of it. So good pitch, good execution by us, and now let's get out of here with a 0 and give ourselves a chance in the 7th.
But a guy who's been tough to get out. He's 2 for 3. Nikolai French has a run batted in, and he's first pitch swinging here and pops it foul and out of play. No balls and a strike. Leadoff walk. Runner at second base. 2 outs. Sodbusters down 3-1 as Josh Nolte for the Hastings Sodbusters on in relief. Nolte, a Dodge City Community College graduate, and on to Missouri Western. Had a coaching change in the offseason, but he elected to stick around. I always wonder the dynamics of that. Do you stay and see how it's going to go? And academically, I think he liked Missouri Western, so wanted to stay around and is excited about the opportunity to throw 1 more year of college ball.
Yeah, when I talked to him, he said, you know, the previous coach didn't want anybody to throw, and the new coach said, get out there and go try to find yourself some innings. So that's why we got Josh, and he's been good. Matter of fact, if Josh wants to play next summer, he's another one of those guys that I'm going to talk to. Very calming person in the dugout, good family, a Sodbuster kind of kid. And I think he also realizes how fun it is to pitch here. And it's been a nice addition for us late in the year.
1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. And they can't complete the tag, so they throw to first to get the strikeout. Back-to-back strikeouts for Nolte, who bounces back from the leadoff walk to set down the next 3. It's the game on the line. Bottom of the 7th, 3-1. Hastings trails it. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
Hastings Sodbusters baseball's in full swing, bringing you another fun-filled summer of high-level collegiate woodbat baseball at historic Duncan Field. A great way to spend a summer evening with your families at a Sodbusters baseball game. Go online to hastingssodbusters.com for their home game schedule or to purchase tickets. Hastings Sodbusters baseball. It's a hit.
Got the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
It is Sodbuster baseball as Hastings on the short end of a 3-1 score, but they're at the perfect spot in the order if you're going to tie or win it. Top of the order coming up, Sky Galusha. Got to find a way. If you're gonna be in the playoffs, you got to win games like this.
Yeah, you know what? Baseball's hard, but yeah, we do. We need to. It wouldn't eliminate us by any means, but this is a game that we need to figure out a way to keep some pressure on them and get this taken care of. So, right part of the lineup, really like Brady, and of course, Causey hasn't had a good day, but I take my chances with Causey up there anyway. And then you got Johnson and Jensen. So, I would like to think we're going to have a shot to get in this, and hopefully get a little momentum in that dugout. And what a better time for a walk-off. We hadn't had one of those for a while.
Cale Jensen with a home run back in the 4th inning. He's also walked twice. You've got Alexander, who drew a walk his last time up. Weston Johnston has singled out of that top 4, so they have had some success. And first pitch swinging, Brady Alexander, and that will not get it done, as that will be a pop-up to the second baseman. And a disappointing beginning to the bottom of the 7th inning is no problem for Ripken Fleck. 1 pitch, 1 out. And now it's going to be Luke Causey up there.
That is, I would like to put pressure on them. I like to see us take a strike late in the game. You got to have a little help to make this happen. So that is not what we want. If we want first pitch contact, it needs to be a barrel and a base hit somewhere.
And it will be Causey now taking ball 1. Luke 0 for 3 in the ball game with Johnston and Jensen on deck. You'd at least like to get yourself a base runner here and take your chances against the newcomer Ryan Turner, making his prospect debut today. As the 1-0 delivery on the way. Across for a strike. J.D. Moffitt set the pace early. Did a nice job in his start, working the first 4, allowing only 1 run on 3 hits. He worked around a couple of walks and a couple of hit batsmen and struck out 3. And Sodbusters losing 2 guys on the bases. And here's a little dribbler to the left side. Valdivia charges, throws in time on a bang-bang play. And I'll tell you what, their third baseman, Jake Smolinski, has had a nice day. There are 2 outs, nobody on for Weston Johnston.
Very much so. That was another play that was not easy, and he made it look pretty easy. And Causey had a good 90 there, but he was out by a step.
And now Johnston, 1 for 3 on the day. Last hope for the Sodbusters, down by 2 in the home half of the 7th inning. Same 2 teams will play another 7-inning game. About a half hour after the conclusion of this one, we'll stop our stream and have a new stream. As the pitch is taken for a strike, Weston Johnston down to the count, no balls and 1 strike. And a heck of a debut for Ryan Turner, trying to pick up a save here and give the Nebraska Prospects their 9th win of the summer and send them to 4-8 in the second half and deal Hastings a big blow as they try to get to the postseason.
Well, we're not done yet. We got good hitters up here. Just got to get somebody on base to put a little pressure on them. And then Jensen's had good swings today. And so, again, we got to keep fighting till the last pitch. We've seen that go the other way as well, right? And so we need to keep going here. Although I'd like to see a little bit more emotion in that dugout right now, but I'm going to have 1 good at bat here by Johnson, and I think they'll come alive.
1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, bottom of the 7th, and the pitch. Taken for a ball.
That's almost a strike. A little flinch there by the umpire.
Sodbusters only 4 hits. They've been out hit 8-4. Really, the Prospects have controlled this for the most part. They've had the majority of the opportunities. They had the big run scoring inning, a 3-run 3rd inning, and the pitch is called for a strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So borderline pitch goes against him on the inside, or I should say on the Goes 4 on the inside, against him on the outside, and now Hastings down to its final strike as Johnston going to have to battle here. And the pitch. Curveball is popped foul out of play.
Good fight. Good pitch by, I forgot his name.
Their right-hander's Ryan Turner.
Yep. Good pitch by Turner. Breaking ball away, and Johnson did a nice job to fight that one off. Good pitch by him. Good job defensively. Hopefully we'll get a mistake, and Johnson can find a barrel here, keep us in the game.
2-2 pitch. Low for ball 3, 3-2. Just find a way to get on. Give Cale Jensen at least a chance. You got Jensen and Welch, the next 2 hitters for the Hastings Sodbusters. Nobody on, 2 outs, and a 3-1 game as Hastings trying to find a way to come back. 3-2 delivery.
There
hit
we go.
Hard to center field. That's a base hit. Johnston will have a single and maybe more. Headed for 2. Weston Johnston will be in there with his stand-up 2-out double, and the Hastings Sodbusters will bring the tying run to the plate here in the 7th.
There you go. So you're saying there's a chance, right?
That's all you can ask.
That's all you need. You just need a chance. Got to have another good at-bat here. Jensen gets on. You'd like to think Jet Hannaford will run for him. If that's the case, that way if we can get a ball in the gap there, Jet can score from just about anywhere. But a really good at bat by Weston there to give us an opportunity.
Cale Jensen, 1 for 1, 2 walks, and a home run. As Cale Jensen, his first one at Duncan Field this year, his second in his career, and takes the pitch for a ball, 1 ball and no strikes on Cale Jensen.
Good take there. That was a borderline pitch away, and that's a good take for Cale. Again, the more pitches he sees, the better off I think Cale is.
Jensen tying Luke Causey for first and home runs on the team. Each has 2. And for the Sodbusters, able to amass a home run in this one, just their 5th of the season as a team.
And that's actually quite a bit for us.
Yeah.
In the grander scheme of things. But I look for Cale to take here.
2-0 pitch on the way. Watches it go by for strike 1.
And that wasn't one he'd want to hit anyway. That was a good pitch on the outer half. Good pitch. Now he's back in the count. Now he's looking for a pitch that he can drive, see if he can find a gap and give us an opportunity to get back in this game.
3-1. Man, the delivery here. Low for ball 3. 3 balls and a strike. Tyler Welch waiting on deck.
Good patience. Good patience by Cale here. Got to know where you're at in the game. He's the tying run, so either you got to hit it out of here or you got to get on base, give yourself an opportunity.
3-1 pitch to Cale Jensen is on the way. Strike 2.
I don't know where he thought that one was. He acted like he was going to throw the bat away, but I thought that looked like, at least from here, was middle.
Yep. So Sodbusters down to their final strike for the second time as Turner brings it home. Off speed, ball 4. So after 2 up and 2 down, a double and a walk, and Tyler Welch will come to the plate for the Hastings Sodbusters.
And I think you're going to get Jet Hannaford here. Not that Cale Jensen is slow by any means, but I sure think you're going to get a faster runner. Yep, and here comes Jet.
Also a visit to the mound here as Gabe Shemwell talks with his right-hander, Ryan Turner. And so Jet Hannaford running at first base for Cale Jensen. He represents the tying run. Sodbusters down to their final strike twice. Kept it going with a double from Johnston, a walk from Jensen. And don't think there's any action in the Prospects bullpen. Right now, this game in the hands of Ryan Turner. They did bring a couple of more pitchers today who arrived late. Could see Major Mosser and or Jack Starr in game number 2.
Yeah, but you got to go with, you just don't, there's no more, he's thrown enough pitches where he's done for the year now. So you can't afford to burn somebody else with still two more games to go in the series.
So trying to put it on the shoulders of this young man making his debut. The Sodbusters trying to find a way with Tyler Welch. And the pitch is taken for a strike. No balls and 1 strike on Tyler. Trying to find it. Happening here today, he's 0 for 3, struck out looking his last time up and is down to the count. No balls and 1 strike.
Glad he took a strike there. Get him in the at bat again and look to find a barrel. There it is.
Little looper to right side, caught.
Oh, darn it!
As coming on to make the grab, Sean Robinson just got too much air underneath it, and the Nebraska Prospects deal a big blow to the Hastings Sodbusters here in the opening game of this doubleheader as they take out Hastings by a score of 3-1. We'll have final numbers, wrap up our first stream, and then end our stream right after this. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
At Hastings College, we celebrate all the ways you shine. From more than 20 athletic teams to band, choir, theater, and art, plus esports, creative writing, speech, and media. Join in to earn a scholarship and find your people, the friends you'll hang out and have fun with. It's what makes Hastings great. So check out Hastings College, where your experience matters, in the classroom and in the activities you love to do. Visit us at hastings.edu.
Blue Fork Kitchen features elevated comfort food in a family-friendly, fast casual environment. With a full menu, you can sit down for a nice meal or order online for pickup. From salads and wraps to burgers and steaks, Blue Fork Kitchen has your kind of food. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10 p.m., with a special brunch buffet Sunday from 9 to 2 p.m. Blue Fork Kitchen is located in the Cimarron Plaza, 38th and Osborne Drive in Hastings. Like them on Facebook.
It is Sodbuster Baseball as Hastings falls in this contest 3-1. Some final thoughts from the owner, general manager Scott Galusha.
Well, that one hurts, but it doesn't put us out of things. But that's the end of our leeway. We've got to win tonight and tomorrow, and hope Fremont can win at least one against Oahe this weekend, in their series tonight and tomorrow. And then we got to go take care of business up in Pierre. But I think we can do that. It's disappointing. We just got to take care of those opportunities because we had opportunities early. And a lot of times in these games, if you let somebody hang around, what's going to happen. And frankly, I thought Welsh had a pretty good at bat. I thought that ball had a chance off the bat to get down, and then we're in business. But now we got to see our kids have responded well all year. We've got to respond well here, and I expect us to do so, and we'll get that win in that second game.
All right, we hear from Scott Galusha, and we'll wrap up our stream here, give you the final numbers in this one as the Sodbusters fall 3-1. As the final line score in this one, Nebraska 3 runs, 8 hits, no errors. Hastings 1 run, 5 hits, and no errors. Really good game defensively. From an offensive standpoint, Weston Johnston goes 2 for 4. The only multi-hit game for Hastings. Scores Cale Jensen a perfect day. 1 for 1, a solo home run, and 3 walks for Cale Jensen. Good approach at the plate. Jude Greaves went 1 for 2. Joey Hecker 1 for 3. And that was it for the Hastings Sodbusters offensively. Austin Raines takes the loss, going 3 innings, allowing 3 runs on 5 hits, striking out 2 and walking 1. Xander Hardy, a good outing. No runs on 3 hits, striking out 4 and walking 1. He also was relieved by Josh Nolte. Nolte with a solid inning. He walked the first man he faced and then was able to get a couple of strikeouts and no hits allowed. For the Prospects, a couple of multi-hit games. Ripken Fleck 2 for 3, a run scored. Nikolai French 2 for 4 with an RBI. They got a hit and a run scored from Paul Schuyler. 1 for 3 for Mike Valdivia with an RBI and a run scored. Also 1 for 3 for Sean Robinson. 1 for 2 for Isaac Borges. Getting the win today was Moffitt, J.D. Moffitt, working 4 innings of 3 hit ball, allowing just that home run. And then Ryan Turner coming on to pick up the save, goes 3 innings, no runs on 2 hits for him. So that'll do it for our stream. We'll be starting a new stream and be bringing you the second game between the Hastings Sodbusters and the Nebraska Prospects. For Hugo Basco, for Scott Galusha, I'm Steve Stein. Final score once again, the Prospects 3, Hastings 1. This has been Sodbuster Baseball.
Catch the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
Get the ultimate fan experience at a Hastings Sodbuster game this summer. Enjoy high-level collegiate summer woodbat baseball at the beautiful and historic Duncan Field in Hastings. Baseball and a whole lot more. Affordable family fun. That's what the Sodbusters and the Independence League are all about. Sodbuster Baseball. It's your team.
Catch